This man would have no problem dragging me off to a dungeon. Then you slide me in a tiny little area where I barely fit. I'm claustrophobic, so it starts to freak me out. My shoulders are big and burly. That's why you're afraid. And why do my hands need to go behind my back? Why do I have to be completely debilitated? They treat me like total crap. I can't look at them in the eyes. I have to look at the floor. And then if I give any kind of resistance and don't give them full dominion over my fingers as they fingerprint me, then what happens next is they slam my head into the wall. That's happened to me once. Every day, 100 emails of people saying, please help me. I got this jackboot thug pig here in Texas. I got a guy in LA. I got a story on camera. He got picked up for not paying traffic ticket. He's now HIV positive. It's not just one or two, and it's not a few bad apples. You have bad apples on this police department. I'm not going to a dungeon because this pig over here and this pig over here want to drag. I mean, look at the terror flag he's wearing. Look at the terror flag he's wearing. Video. What happened?
That's his business, not yours.
My business to ask, though. You know what I mean? I was actually going to drop the cameras and go into Kung Fu mode. Good thing you came back. If you hadn't come back, I was going to Kung Fu, bro. I'm just standing there filming, you know? These guys are so predictable. Such beta male chumpzillas that when you put torture cuffs on someone, you're torturing them.
I appreciate your information.
Well, it might not affect you at all. You might not give a rat's ass about another man. How many cops you guys need? You guys need a few more cops here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get another giant like this one. There's no third party to film cops searching your car. I mean, one time when after I became known across the country, then the cops didn't put me in torture cuffs quite as tight. I was in torture cuffs and the guy tried to cut off the blood to my ulnar nerve and my arm. That's why this hand shakes now. That's what he did. He's got his hands on his head like a POW though. You know, I'm not a fan of police, but at the same time, I'll treat you like an individual. Absolutely. Until someone gives me a directive or tries to demand my ID or.
No, so you can't do that in here. You can do God's all you want.
So let me
record other people.
Now let me tell you this: go pound sand, go pound sand, bro. Jump down on your knees and eat my shorts. I'm filming them right now. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? No, you can't. No, you can't. Go ahead. Now let me educate this dirty jackboot thug pig. You have a First Amendment right to film police. That right does not change when you go into a police lobby. It's right there, the right to film cops. You got people like that who don't know that this is a public forum. I can film in here anytime I'd like. What are you gonna do about it?
Well,
you're not gonna do a damn thing. And if you do, I'll sue you personally under 1983. And then you'll face federal district court. Or take your happy ass back to your office and flee like a little dog.
That was easy.
Look at this kid. Look at him. Little stick figure they put in a costume.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
This is a kid. I could wipe the grief from out behind his ears. Don't do this crap. Was your daddy a pig? Tell me what happened. Retire now, dude. Are you going to physically stop me from doing my job?
I'm not going to physically do that.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to walk around here and take some videos.
Okay.
So if you're done, then head on back.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
So that was a lie.
Today I just held with pretty good one. Our car, our mailing,
What did he say?
My dad was in the police department from 1946 to 1981. He retired as a shift commander. And I'll tell you what, this fire station was built in 1969. And he was here from 69 to 81. He was a shift commander here. And before that, you know where the big city hall is? When he first started, that city hall was built in about 1955. And the old city hall, he was in there. And then after that, but is there anybody I could talk to here?
Huh? Unless they want to come down to the gym.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
Instead of walking around sighing and breathing hard.
I don't like where this is going.
They're literally colluding together at the front and blocking me from entering.
Come on, man.
Dude, you better grab me while you got that badge on. I'm not going to physically challenge you, dude. Not while you got the badge on and you're working in a security capacity. I'm not going to challenge you. Hey, there we are. There's an officer of the law. I don't go in there and smash that desk and beat everybody up and say, I'll do what I want because I agree to live under a series of laws. I've agreed to that. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I won't violate your rights just like I don't want you to violate mine. I want a matter of record. I'm not willingly walking off. He's telling me if I don't leave, that he's going to arrest me. And so as a man of law and order who respects the social contract and the rule of law, I'm going to do what he tells me to, because if I don't do what he tells me, he's going to arrest me. You are a bro. You're not tough at all. With your badge and gun, You got no badge and gun, you're a wuss. Don't get in my face, punk ass.
Excuse me.
Think you're a man with a gun in your hand, don't you?
You're a jack.
Thank you for being a good
I'm telling you, dude.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Dude, get your hand off my camera, lady. I'm fired. Your dad's a pig. Your dad is a pig.
Call my dad a pig?
I think your dad's a pig, Bill. Are you rude? Get off me, bro. Get off me, bro. You want to attack me? Do it. Go ahead.
No, I'm not.
Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to get...
Go ahead. What's the matter? You don't want to be on camera now that you tried to attack me? You can't attack me, dude. You need to get on a stair stepper for a while.
Where is law
Got a
enforcement?
minute and 46.
For law enforcement for what? For having a civil discussion? Name and badge number. Name and badge number. What's your name and badge number? Hey, you have to identify yourself according to policy.
Leave him alone.
No, he has to identify.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
Leave
he
him
does.
alone. Go back to California and leave them alone.
You're upset because he didn't identify himself.
You can't act in your official capacity and not give your name and badge number. This cop comes out here and starts demanding me around and then threatens me that he's going to come out. Well, do it. Do it. Put me in torture cuffs. Then I get damages. Right now it'll be a declaratory judgment. He came out and asked me if my name was Dan. I said, I'm not going to tell you my name's Dan or not. And then he said, well, you can't film in here. You're making someone feel uncomfortable. So then I went right over and I put the camera on. The guy said, what are you going to do about it?
Got his name on the back here, and you also have my card with my contact information. We went away from badge numbers because we changed from badge numbers to department
Solomon
seniority.
Aries. Is he a lieutenant, a captain, a sergeant? What is Solomon?
He's a police officer.
He's an officer.
Yeah,
Well,
yes, sir.
he should not be promoted. You don't get to not identify and act in your official capacity. And that is worth filing for. It'll take me about 4 hours to write.
Policy not to jump out of your vehicle.
But you guys killed the battery. Are you going to help her get her car started?
Can't base off my policy.
Off your policy. What's your name and badge number?
For what?
So that you can identify the thousands of people watching.
Why do I need to identify myself?
Because you're an officer on duty, and according to LVMPD handbook, when someone asks you for your name and badge number, you're supposed to give it.
Based off what?
Your handbook that I've read, that you have not read, obviously. I'm a member of the press. I'm a member of the press. I need to identify you. Okay, I'll do what I do.
I grew up in this town, and this is bullshit.
They were going
They left the lights on. I can't even steer my car.
If you're going to one up and you're going to film the police, you better know what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. You have to practice saying it. So when you see a copper, you're going to run up and you're going to say, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be filming this interaction. I invoke my First Amendment right. You can address me as Mr. Good Citizen. You have to have your stick down. Cop comes up to me and says something. I'm a little bit confused.
You can leave
I'm
our
going to
seat.
stand
Yes,
right
you can,
here.
sir.
I'm standing in the parking lot. I came to
Sir,
get
would
gas.
you like me to
and you guys,
trespass this individual
you
from your
can't
property?
trespass me. Honey, you can't solicit a trespass. Go ahead, let's follow it. Let's see if you're gonna get sued. She's trying to solicit a trespass from owners. It's illegal. You guys are seeing it all over the country. Auditors are getting arrested left and right. And why are they getting arrested? Because they don't have their stick down. They don't have their lingo, their jargon, their mumbo jumbo, and they don't invoke their rights. Now, when the cop comes up to me, the first thing I'm gonna say is, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. What's your name and badge number? Now, I just said that I get to be quiet and you have to tell me who you are. You see the power in that? You see the power in that? Yo, what's going on out there in the land of America? The land of the unfree America. How is everybody? What is going on? What is this? It is Thursday night, July 25th, 2024. My name is ChilleDeCastro. I will be your host. If you didn't know, I'm a constitutional law scholar, and not by choice, but in the year 2002, I was no-knock raided by the police. I was arrested, put in jail for a week. I eventually beat those charges, and I've been studying the history of constitutional law, the rule of law ever since then. Can everybody do me a favor? Can you hit the like button? Can you just hit the like button? Just hit the like button for me. Hit the like button if you would, pretty please, with sugar and cherry on top. That would be amazing. And then can you put in the comment section, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio, overturn it. See, what Terry specifically does, there's three basic tenets of Terry. See, we used to be free in our person, houses, papers, and effects. We used to be free of unreasonable searches and seizures. But then in 1968, the Supreme Court created reasonable, articulable suspicion. And what the Terry holding actually does is has three basic tenets. Number one, it puts officer safety over your rights. Number two, it allows cops to run up and grab you, put their hands on you. And number three, it allows cops to detain you. Detainment was only created in 1968. That magical word, detainment, never existed before 1968. So, it's funny. What's going on? I see Chevy. What's up, Playboy? Claudette, what is going on? Rip, how are you? Joe, good to see you. What is going on? Katie, how are you? Nice to see everybody. Put in the comment section. Everybody say hello so I can shout out some names real quick. It's funny. This guy blocked me. I'm hoping I can pull up his. I'm hoping that I can pull up his videos. I was talking to a copper on Instagram today. RC, what is going on? Good to see you. Butch the Original. What is going on? And so I can't remember the exact title of this particular video, but I think it was something along the lines of the cops don't know why people don't like them, or they think that Michael Carter is here. They think that maybe because I'm trying to become more electable here. So because I have called them dirty jackboot thugs, right? You guys can fill in the last word, JBTP, put it in the comment section. I saw this guy's Instagram earlier today, and I started to Earl, good to see you. Jack, what is going on? Good to see you. So yeah, Complying Borg, nice to see you. Complying Borg said that, yeah, look. And so the guys, the copper's name who blocked me, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back to his channel or not because he has me completely blocked. I wanted to show you a few of his videos. His name is Austin Glickman, but he blocked me. So I don't know how I'm going to get into his account. It's really frustrating. But I'm going to eventually, while we're watching some videos, I'm going to figure out, Dan, what is going on? How is everybody? What's going on? What is going on? Listen, I'll be honest with you. It's taken me a little while to get my head back on straight. It's taken me a little bit of while. Dan, hello. Please ship my order from months ago. Dan, if you ordered something, send me an email to DeleteLawZ@gmail.com. I went to jail for 4 months. So if you didn't get your thing, just email me and I'll send it to you, man. Flying Auditor is in here. What is going on? So hit me up. You've been following me since TikTok? Holy smokes. Yeah, Austin Glickman. That's right. Officer Glickman is his Instagram account. What he does is he sits there and he shows videos and says, this cop is dead. And he plays like violin music in the background. And so I just let him know that, well, should I show it to you? I'll show you I'll show you the conversation. I will show you the conversation. Let me scoot it over like this so people don't see who I DM on Instagram. There it is. Okay, so he blocked me, but I'm going to show you guys his Instagram. And then I'm going to show you this Sheriff Wesley Clark, I believe his name is. I think he's from Wisconsin. So I want to show it to you guys, though. So here it is. I'm going to present this to you, and I'm going to show you the conversation that I had with this copper. And I thought to myself, man, he should really know. So this guy's name's Austin Glickman. This is his Instagram page here. Mama Lion, Little Monkey is here. What is going on? What Kevin Brzezinski, Alan Hubbs, good to see you. Raoult Audits, I see you right there. You need a shout out, Raoult. So he put the story is no longer available, but right here there was a story, and it was disgusting in a good way, I'm sure. And I said, bro, we need to have a talk. You need to hear it. Get out of your echo chamber. I'll bring you on. You can state your position and I'll state mine. I'll show your channel today on YouTube. This will make you extraordinarily popular with the cops. So then there's this right here and say, see, you don't see it because you are it. This is bad. We don't want to be flipped over on our bellies like a turtle being put on their back. Bad policy makes bad police. So then I sent him the link to the StreamYard so that he could join. Sorry, I'm cramping up. I've been just trying to get myself back at the gym. I'm so out of shape right now. And then he said, LOL. All right, good luck with that. And he said, and then he continued to say, listen, man, and I said, how come you think so many of us hate cops and some even celebrate their deaths? How come you think that is? I'm quite busy hosting the families of injured officers. You know, that's pretty funny, brother. You know, how many times do we talk about the people that the cops kill? And this conversation made me so sick. And then it said, how come you think so many people hate cops and then we celebrate their deaths? It said, listen, man, I appreciate your opinion. That's what makes our country so great. We can disagree. No, it's not a disagreement. It's not a disagreement. The policies, procedures, and protocols that police are taught in this country is disgusting, barbaric, and inhumane. It's disgusting. Brutal, barbaric, and inhumane. It doesn't matter how you slice it. The policies, procedures, and protocols that cops are taught is disgusting. So then he said, and still appreciate each other's opinions. No, so if you guys want to get a hold of this guy, he's got a public profile, so you're more than welcome to talk to him. And so listen, it is not an opinion. Put a 1 in the chat if these jackboot thug pigs are running roughshod over us. If they're stopping us for no reason, searching us for no reason, putting us in torture cuffs, abusing us, arresting us constantly. And this is the reason why this channel is so popular. This is the reason why. Because you guys and your policies and how you treat people. You can hate me for calling you pigs. Don't call them pigs. Whatever you do, don't call them pigs. They don't want to be called pigs. But then the thing is that if you take a look at the comment section, it's because of your policies, your procedures, and your protocols, and you refuse to do anything about it to change it. So then the conversation continued, and then he said, I'm a believer in checks and balances, but there are none. There's no checks and balances on police. There's no third party. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. It's guys like this who say stuff like this, Austin Glick, Officer Glick on Instagram, who then will say, I'm all for checks and balances. Put a 1 in the chat if there's no checks and balances. Put a 1 in the chat if there's no third-party agency to arrest police. Put a 1 in the chat if there's no retired special prosecutor. There's no special prosecutor's office that doesn't have anything to do with another county or a working DA, someone who all they do is prosecute bad government actors. Put a 1 in the chat if there's no NRS, CRS, FRS, Florida Revised Code, Ohio Revised Code, Nevada Revised Statute, however you want to call it, right? That has Police Brutality 101, Police Brutality 102, Police Assault 101, Police Assault 102. You see, there has to be actual criminal codes created for these JBTPs. And this guy is delusional. I believe in checks and balances, he writes right here. And if this is your way of trying to keep a check and balance on law enforcement, I appreciate it, even though I haven't seen your commentary. So best of luck with everything. And then I said, that's the whole thing. You support an organization that terrorizes Americans. You support cops who kill people. You play the sad fiddle for cops who were killed, but don't understand the reason why most of us hate cops. Even worse, you refuse to even consider or take a look at it. Do you think I'm just some regular person? Millions of people listen to me. I will show them all of these DMs and how easily you just ignore what your side does to us. And then down here, Ryuts, I got to cut you off right here just real quick. Jeff hates pigs. Jeff hates pigs. So then right here, he said, okay. And then what did he do? He blocked me. He blocked me. Austin Gomez can't view profile. It's blocked. He blocked me. So that's, I mean, there it is right there. There it is in a nutshell right there. There it is right there. He blocked me because he can't take the conversation. That's why it makes our country so great. We can have difference of opinions. It is not a difference of opinion. Do you get it? You are the terror for regular Americans who are not criminals, who don't run around assaulting people, stealing people's stuff. You're the terrorists for us. The gangs and the violence in the hood and in urban areas, most of us don't have to deal with it. We have to deal with you disgusting, nasty, horrible organization that calls yourself law enforcement. It's absolutely pathetic and it's disgusting. So I was looking online and I found a couple different places where we could get more in depth to it. So this was an interview, and I believe, I can't remember what the guy's name is. And this was the sheriff's name is David Clark. David Clark. I watched this interview earlier today. Anybody know who David Clark is? Put a 1 in the chat if you know who David Clark is. I thought I saw Showcase Audits in here earlier. Yeah, they block. Yo, How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Tineblas. Jeff hates pigs. Random Country is here. Holy smokes. All my friends are back. Grateful Dabs. Alan Hubs. Cop Locator. A little bit of everything. Wow. So cool. So cool. XRP Vegas. So good to see everybody. New Hampshire Mountain Girl. Good to see you, New Hampshire Mountain Girl. So this copper right here, he had an interview and he decided he was going to pretend like he didn't really understand.
3 wounded in Baton Rouge, a really tough day for Baton Rouge and for the country, really. Here to talk about how to keep our police safe is Sheriff David Clark of Milwaukee County, Wisconsin. He is going to be speaking at the Republican convention tomorrow night. Sheriff, thank you very much for that horrific day. I spoke to the heads of the Sheriff Department, the Police Department, and the state police down there, and they told us how their hearts were reeling. Their message is peace and coming together in the country. What's your message?
You don't believe that for 1 minute, do you?
There's your message right there, bro. There's your message. David Clark, you nailed it. You don't believe that for 1 second. You want to follow a set of brutal policies, procedures, and protocols that don't give a rip about us. And I'm going to show you a couple videos. I lined up a bunch of videos to show you what David Clark backs up. He doesn't give a rip about us. And he said it properly here. He tried to put the blame on Don Lemon. It's on you, Clark.
Their hearts were reeling. Their message is peace and coming.
Their message is peace and
together in the country.
Coming together.
What's your message?
What's your message, David Clark? Now watch.
You don't believe that for 1 minute, do you?
No, actually, David, I don't. I don't believe it for 1 minute. I don't believe that you want to examine your policies, procedures, and protocols for 1 minute. I don't believe you want to examine slave cuffs, torture cuffs. I don't think you want to take a look at it for one single solitary second. I think you're the enemy of the people. You're the enemy of liberty. You're the enemy of freedom. You're the terror, the darkness, the thief in the night who's going to loot and rob us as we drive to 7-Eleven to get a cookie. That's who you are, Clark. Sorry, buddy. You want to talk about it? I'll talk about it with you. But the plain, simple truth is that these guys are the problem for most people who don't actually break the law. These guys right here, this JBTP, put it in the comment section, JBTP.
That their message is?
Yeah.
That's what they said to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe them.
Any protests over the deaths of these cops today in Baton Rouge?
Hell no. Hell no.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe them.
Any protests over the deaths of these cops today in Baton Rouge?
So that's the whole thing, Mr. Clark. And I just don't think you see it, buddy. I'm going to show a couple videos right now and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what we tolerate from you disgusting law enforcers in our country. The reason why I am the tip of the spear is because of you. You are the actual problem for free Americans. You are. Whether I like it or not, that's the simple truth. You're the problem. You're the fear. You're the darkness. You're everything we fear in the night. You're looking at him. That's him right there, the guy wearing the slave catcher badge. Why is it if they're peace officers and they sign a peace officer certificate, why isn't there a peace symbol on their chest? Because they're slave catchers. The 13th Amendment still stands. If you go to prison, you will be a slave in this country. That's what we're dealing with.
I don't know that.
Any riots or protests over the police officers in Dallas, Texas?
Hold on a second. Mr. Clark, you guys kill thousands of people a year. And there's protests constantly about how many people you hurt, you abuse, you wrongfully put in jail, you kill, you sodomize. The cops in this country are nothing less than disgusting. That's the top, is disgusting. It's a disgusting organization. Why would we? This is what I try to explain to you, cops. The reason why people don't come out and boo-hoo and cry when you get killed is because of the policies, procedures, and protocols that you follow. You don't. I'm just explaining it.
What are you asking?
It's a pretty simple question.
I asked you what's your message to the people. Their message is one of peace. What is your message?
My message has been clear from day one, 2 years ago. This anti-cop sentiment from this hateful ideology called Black Lives Matter has fueled this rage against the American police officer. I predicted this 2 years ago.
No. I'm sorry.
This hateful ideology years ago, this anti-cop sentiment from this hateful ideology called Black Lives Matter.
Dude, let me tell you something. Our country is becoming like Israelis and Palestinians. I don't care which side you're on. It's to the point where there's people like myself who I don't assault people. I don't cheat people. I don't beat people. I don't hurt women. I don't kill animals. I'm a regular guy. We literally, there is so many of us who, when we see a cop, we hate you. It's not Black Lives Matter. Do I look black to you, bud? Pretty pasty, right? For a Colombian. I'm even light-skinned for a Colombian. It's not a hate-fueled group called Black Lives Matter. Put a 1 in the chat if you're not black. It's not Black Lives Matter that has created this ideology of hatred for you, bro. You have brought it upon yourself. The policy of laying on you. I'm going to show you the videos.
Anti-cop sentiment.
Anti-cop sentiment? I'm anti-cop because of the policies, procedures, and protocols. You jackboot thug pig.
From this hateful ideology called Black Lives Matter has fueled this rage against the American police officer.
No, you have fueled this rage against the American police officer. Your policies, procedures, and protocols have fueled this rage. The reason why I don't have to get worked up, I can just come on and listen to you talk, bro. I didn't sit in the back and get myself all huffed up. I can just listen to the bullshit you're spewing. It's not Black Lives Matter that has spurred this anti-cop hatred. No, dude, the policies, procedures, and protocols that you follow, that you teach, that you endorse, telling people torture cuffs aren't supposed to be comfortable. It's stuff like that. It's lay on your belly like I'm your dog. F you. F you, bro. I'm not your dog. I'm not laying on my belly. I'm supposed to be a free American, but I'm not. I'm supposed to be living under the social contract, but this is not a social contract. This is a total police state. And this is the reason why there's so many people who can't stand police. And I'm one of them. I can't stand you. I'm from the bottom of my heart, you make me want to puke. I'm just being honest. I'm just keeping it real.
I predicted this 2 years ago. So what I want to know,
okay, Sheriff.
do I want to know?
With all due respect, do you know that this was because of that?
Yes, I do.
As a law enforcement officer?
I've been watching this for 2 years. I predicted this. This anti-police rhetoric sweeping the country has turned out some hateful things inside of people.
No, dude. No. It didn't turn out some hateful things inside of people. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been assaulted by the police, beaten, cheated, tased, maced, and your family and friends, the people who love you the most, they said, hey, you just got to let it go. Just let it go because you can't beat them. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard that before. Let me put a 1 for me. There's a 1 in the chat for me. Jungle is massive. Brick. How many times have you been told you just got to let it go because you can't beat them? Just got to let it go. Then finally, after George Floyd's murder and millions of us marched down the street, we all got together and we all said, man, did that happen to you? That happened to me too. That happened to me. Man, that happened to me. Dude, I got pulled over in my semi. They pulled me out, skiffed me down, threw me on the ground, put me in cuffs, treated me like shit for 2 hours, searched my entire truck, and then let me go and said, okay, you're good. Sheriff Wesley Clark, you don't seem to understand, bud. It's not Black Lives Matter. I'm not black. Black Lives Matter wouldn't have me. I'm telling you now, they wouldn't have me. I know for a fact. It's got nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. They didn't fuel the hatred for you. You brought it upon yourself, Jack.
Law enforcement officer.
I've been watching this for 2 years. I predicted this. This anti-police rhetoric sweeping the country has turned out some hateful things inside of people.
No. It's not hateful things inside of people. It's things that we've oppressed for freaking decades, dude. We're sick of your bullshit. We're sick of your policy, procedure, and protocol. We're sick of you saying lay on your belly. We're sick of you forcing people's arms behind their back to torture cuff them. We're sick of you. It didn't. What did he say exactly? What was it?
has turned out some hateful things inside of people.
No. You have created those things. Hey, you cops. You want to be mad at me because I called you a pig? You have created the hateful things inside of people. You have mistreated us. What's the first thing the cop says to you? Show me your fucking hands. Show me your motherfucking hands. Get on the fucking car. That's how you talk to us. From the get-go, from the jump. F you, Clark. Open your eyes, you dumb pig. Open your eyes. Forgive me, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't call them pigs. Well, don't call them pigs, Chille. You're hurting their feelings. Really, you actually hurt people, Clark. You lie, cover up. I've read the Mullen Commission several times. It's available on DeleteLawZ.com for free. Go to you think it's me? Okay, fine. Go to DeleteLawZ.com with a Z and go get the Mullen Commission. It's free. Go get the Mullen Commission. It's on DeleteLawZ under periodicals. It's free. It's free. And read. That was 1994. Nothing's changed. It's only gotten worse.
That are now playing themselves out on the American police officer. I want to know.
Playing themselves out on the American police officer, bro, you're playing out your policies, procedures, and protocols on us.
With all of the black on black violence in the United States of America.
It's not black on black violence, bud. It's police abusing us constantly, day in, day out. It's cops hiding to get us, constantly finding, feeing us, and ripping us off.
By the way, when the tragedies happened in Louisiana and Minnesota, you know that 21 black people were murdered across the United States?
No, bro, let me explain something to you, Clark. It wasn't tragedies that happened in Louisiana and Dallas. It was psychos who snapped and killed cops. I don't want to kill any of you. I don't wish any of you death. I'm sorry if being a cop is a dangerous job, but you have done everything you can to mitigate that. It's not tragedies. You were killed because of the way you behave. That's why the psychos targeted the cops and killed them in Texas and in Louisiana. That's why. You were killed because of how indifferent you have been to people's feelings, to their lives, to their parents, to their families, to their wives, to their husbands, to their children. You have abused, you have tortured, you have jailed, you have cheated people in this country for decades. And I've had to, you guys know, if you don't know, I just got out of jail after being in jail for 4 months. What's up, Playboy? I'm free. Okay. I watched back some of the videos and I for me personally, as a human being, I've been in a place where I couldn't talk very much. I could only walk a couple hundred steps a day. I'm so fat. It's disgusting. But here's the point. When I watched the videos back, I said, boy, I'm really hardcore, because I had 4 months. I didn't see a video, nothing. You didn't have a phone to check, nothing. And when I watched the videos back, I said, man, I'm pretty intense. It took me a few days to remember. I'm the leader of the truth, like Showcase Audits said. I'm the leader of the truth. I'm the leader of speaking truth to power. That's what I'm the leader of. I don't do it where, we're Aunt Jemima putting it on your pancakes and, hey, everyone wants some Aunt Jemima? Here you go. Let's share. No, you're the problem. You cops are the problem. I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'm telling the truth.
Well,
was there any reporting on that?
Black officer who was killed today, but
was there any reporting on that?
Sheriff, please, let's just keep the volume down here. So I understand, and listen,
he brings him on a TV show, and the sheriff starts yelling.
I'm looking at 3 dead cops this week,
Sheriff,
and I look.
Wah! Are you kidding me, bro? And let me be official here. I don't wish anybody death. Please don't kill police. Please don't kill people. I didn't want to see Trump get shot. I don't want to see anybody get shot. I don't want to see Biden or Kamala. I don't want to see police get killed. I don't want people to die. You saw 3 dead cops this week. Put a 1 in the chat if cops killed dozens of people this month. Dozens. There's thousands of people every year killed by you filthy cops. Thousands. Every single year are killed by cops. And I don't see the cops. What do the cops do? They make t-shirts that say, don't break the law and breathe easy. You're supposed to be able to break the law and not be killed for it. You're supposed to be able to grow. You're supposed to be able to make mistakes, and you're supposed to be above the fringe. You're supposed to be better than that. Well, I got 3 dead cops this week. My brother, you're lucky the populace is law abiding. You're lucky most of people are like me. Most people are like me where they don't want to do violence. They don't want to fight. They don't want to burn down police stations. They don't want to kill cops. I don't want to. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't want to kill anybody. 1 for me. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't want to burn down a police station. I don't want to burn down a police station. I don't want to burn down my city. I don't want to kill. I don't want death and destruction. People are like, we're going to a civil war. Not me. I'm leaving the country. We go to a civil war. I'm out of here. Forget that. I'm not dying for no reason, for stupidity, for anger, for ignorance. As soon as we start shooting and fighting, the talking stops. And so this right now, we're at a tipping point. Mr. Clark, if you don't come to the table and sit down, the talking's going to stop. And that's what I'm afraid of. That's why I'm sitting here telling you, you're the problem. Your policies, procedures, and protocols, you are the problem. No one's crying over the dead cops because of how poorly cops treat people in America.
Looking at 5 last year, you trying to tell me to keep it down?
Just please. If you'll just please. We can keep it simple.
And was there any reporting on that?
Sheriff, please, let's just keep the volume down here. So I understand, and listen,
I'm looking at 3 dead cops this week, Sheriff, and I'm looking at 5 last year. You trying to tell me to keep it down?
Just please, if you'll just please, we can keep it civil. So, because the message to people at home, I'm sure you want, is one of civility.
I wish, Don, I wish you had that message of civility.
Have a conversation
toward this hateful ideology, these purveyors of hate.
I don't know what my message is.
That's
what I want to say to you is,
stop, Clark. Just stop. I am not a purveyor of hate. I'm a purveyor of change. Your cops, the 8 cops and whatever when this video was created, the cops who were murdered, they were murdered by psychos. You saw the chat. Nobody wants to kill you. Very few. I mean, listen, what is it? 1 out of 10,000 people kills other people. I don't want to kill anybody. You're the problem. Your policies, procedures, and protocols lay on your belly. Let me put these chains on you so you're completely incapacitated. That's the problem. Wake the fuck up, bro. That's the actual problem. Let me put these chains on you. Just comply with us torturing you. That's the problem, buddy. Wake up.
Don, I wish you had that message of civility toward this hateful ideology, these purveyors of hate.
I don't know what my message is.
That's
what I want
they
to say
do.
to you is,
these people preach vile and virtue
we'll be right
in the
back.
name
We're
of
going to go to break,
hate.
and we'll be right back. All I want to do is have a conversation. I can't have a conversation with you if we're both talking at the same time. What it sounds like to me is that you're accusing me of violence and supporting a narrative that I'm not necessarily in support of.
And now Don's going to tell him to leave, which I'm not a big fan of Don either, but he's going to tell him he has to leave.
If that's what you're accusing me of violence, then you can leave. That's not true. I don't support violence of any type against police officers, against anyone. So if you're accusing me...
Put a 1 in the chat if you don't support violence. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't support violence. I don't support violence. Listen, there are people who I'm suing in California right now. There are people, I'm not going to say their names. I told my lawyer on the phone today, I said, I'd like to just grab them by the back of their neck and smush their face down in the dog poo. But I don't do that because I don't do violence. So when the people didn't turn out and cry for the cops that were killed in Texas and killed in Louisiana, the reason why is because we don't feel any sympathy. I don't feel any sympathy for you guys. Do you understand that? There was no sympathy for me when you had me in the... It's so funny. Every once in a while, you meet a copper who treats you like a human being. And you think, oh, they're not all like that. But most of them are. That's the problem, copper. That's the problem. It's just so unbelievable. This guy's such a chump.
Of that, then you're welcome to leave. But if you want to have a conversation, I am more than willing to welcome a conversation with you. I don't disagree with you about there is a narrative across the country that could be harming police officers. But we don't know right now, as someone who's in law enforcement, police officers. Disagree with you about there is a narrative across the country that could be harming police officers.
No, there's not a narrative, Don. This is the reason why okay. There's not a narrative, Don. Okay. It's that cops are brutal, inhumane, and barbaric to us. All you prison guards, jail guards who are watching this, all you coppers who hate watch me, do you understand? Let's get rid of the torture cuff. It's above my pay grade. How many cops did you see me say this to? 50? I've been doing this for 4 years now. This is my 4th year. How many cops have you seen me say, hey, let's have a conversation about getting rid of the torture cuffs? Oh, I can't. It's above my pay grade. Do you know how many cops have used the exact same line? It's above my pay grade. You are a union, aren't you? Couldn't you get together with 1,000 other cops and say, we want to get rid of these torture cuffs? You sure could, but you don't give a shit about us. And that's the truth. That's why there's so many hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of people who share my videos when I call you to the carpet and I say, you're the problem. Do you get it? It's not a narrative. It's policy, procedure, and protocol that you, my friend, adopted. It put a little monkey in your head and said, this little monkey will move my arms and legs and tell me my policies, procedures, and protocols. Morality equals thinking. You stopped thinking, Clark. And you said, these are the policies, procedures, and protocols. So I'll do whatever I'm told. And if anybody says anything to me, I'll say, oh, it's above my pay grade. I'm just doing my job. It's not a narrative, Don. It's policy, procedure, and protocol. Wake the flock up.
But we don't know right now, as someone who's in law enforcement, if that was the actual cause of it. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Do we know that generally the American law enforcement officers are racist? Do we know this?
No, we don't. We don't. We don't know that. What do we know? We know that you use torture cuffs that were created for slaves. We know that. Put a 1 in the chat if you know it. If you know that torture cuffs were created for slaves. We know that you sign a peace officer standard and training agreement, a contract. We know that instead of wearing a peace symbol, you wear a slave catcher badge. We know that your policy is to lay us on our belly, put your knees on our back and our neck, and put us in torture cuffs. Are you racist? It doesn't matter, buddy. It doesn't matter. If you use these policies, procedures, and protocols on any color skin, that color skin's going to hate you. Now, the reason why law enforcers were originally created, the 1704 South Carolina slave catchers, the reason why they were created was to enforce slavery contracts. So blacks were targeted. The institution I was just in, the Clark County Detention Center, was created to punish black people for being black. I hate that. I hate that. I hate saying it. I can't stand it. I went on a predominantly black show last night, Dennis Sperling. The Dennis Sperling channel. You guys can watch the interview I did with him last night for about 15 minutes. And let me tell you something. Because I'm white, I read some comments where people said, oh, he's not melanated, and I saw some things, right? So what does that mean? That means that their organization, these cops' organization, was created to target black people. We know the history, Clark. Don't sit there and act like you're like you don't know the history. Just because you became a copper doesn't mean that you lost your brain.
Go on.
I ask a question.
Do I know American general law enforcement are racist? I don't think anyone is accusing. If you're insinuating that people are accusing or saying that law enforcement across this country as a whole are racist, then your assumption is wrong.
First of all, this whole anti-police rhetoric is based on a lie.
No, it's not. It is not. Listen to it again.
This whole anti-police rhetoric is based on a lie. There is no data, and you know this. There is no data, there is no research that proves any of that nonsense. None.
You'd have to be more specific about what data and what nonsense you're talking about.
So he's talking about being black and cops being racist. Well, there is data, actually. You're 4 times more likely to be arrested with Mary Jane if you're black versus being white. That's a fact. There's statistical data from jails. We know that. But let's touch on, so put a 1 in the chat if you're not black.
A lie. There is anti-police rhetoric. It's based on a lie. There is no data, and you know this. There is
The anti-police rhetoric comes from your policies, procedures, and protocols. That's where it comes from. People hate police, dislike police, distrust police because of your policies, procedures, and protocols. I'm not black. Pretty white. Pasty white. I understand why some black people feel as though police are racist, because the policing apparatus was created for them, to drag them back from the North back to the South. That's what it was created for. That's what it was created for. The 1820 Missouri Compromise. That if you went up in the North, that the cops, the guys wearing the same badge they wear today, could come up and grab you and drag you back down to the South. I understand why some black people feel that way. But the majority of the people in here are not black. And the majority of the people in here can't stand cops. Just can't stand you. Don't trust you. Think you're demons. Think you're evil. I'm one of them. I'm the voice of so many people who are afraid to say that you're the problem, that you have signed up to a disgusting, brutal, barbaric, and inhumane organization, and that you are a fucking pig, bro. I'm sorry that I have to be the voice for so many millions of people, but it's true. Why else? There are people who are way more known than I am. Why are my videos shared so many millions of times? Because I say the quiet part that people keep inside. You're the problem, bro, and you don't see it.
There's no data. There is no research that proves any of that nonsense. None. Even
you'd have to be more specific about what data and what nonsense you're talking about.
That law enforcement officers treat black males different than white males in policing in these urban centers.
There is data that's...
There is not data.
No, the president spoke about it. Cedric Alexander, who is a law
president has
enforcement
been
officer,
lying about it. He said it again the other day when he said black males are 2 times more likely to be shot by a law enforcement officer than white males. Don, that is a lie.
That is not a lie.
It is a lie.
Yes.
Show me.
Research.
Show me.
The research
Show it to me
that we have from the Washington Post. That
the Washington Post debunked that nonsense.
There's also research.
He also said
Sheriff,
this time.
There's also research.
He continues.
A Harvard professor that also showed that black people are treated more aggressively by police officers.
No, you are wrong in your interpretation of that Harvard study, because I read the study. That's not what he said. He said he was surprised to find
that in shootings of the most severe in shootings, that he found no evidence that there was a difference. Also, it should be noted that that study was a very small sampling of police departments across the country. Many people did not find it credible, but it is also interesting that in that research, he found that blacks were treated differently when it came to aggressive policing, but for the most egregious shootings, he found no difference. That's what that study showed.
Well, based on what? Just generally? Or are we talking about high crime areas? Are we talking about police officers being under attack? Because let's go back to where this whole thing started in Ferguson, Missouri. The lie was hands up, don't shoot.
Lumping a whole bunch of things into one. If we can do one specific
That's
thing
where this whole phony movement started. It started out as hands up, don't shoot.
You're talking about Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Okay. So if you want to, you would need to speak to someone who is a member of Black Lives Matter about whether they have perpetrated a fraud on the American people. That's up to Black Lives Matter. That's not me. I'm neither a member of Black Lives Matter, I'm neither a supporter or someone who doesn't support them. I simply report on Black Lives Matter.
Do you condemn the anti-police rhetoric coming from this hateful ideology?
As a journalist sitting here...
No, it is not. So stop it. So who's not a member of Black Lives Matter? I'm not a member of Black Lives Matter. I marched with Black Lives Matter in LA in 2020, but I'm not a member. Trust me, I was on TikTok in 2020. Some of the members won't have me because I'm white. I understand that. I get it. But the hateful rhetoric isn't coming from Black Lives Matter.
I simply report on Black Lives Matter.
Do you condemn the anti-police rhetoric coming from this hateful ideology?
No, I don't. I'm the voice of the anti-police rhetoric. I say it out loud. I don't condemn the anti-police rhetoric. We have to abolish law enforcement and hire rights protectors. It is such a... It is not just Black people. That's what I'm trying to get across here. It is not just Black people who hate you. It is Latinos. It is whites. Ashley Oots is a white woman. She gets attacked in her town all the time. Shakur Capital is a Black guy. He gets targeted all the time by cops. What are you talking about? It? What are you talking about? It's just so unbelievable. It's so unbelievable. And listen, did Black Lives Matter get hijacked? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Was Black Lives Matter a financial organization? Sure. But it's not them who's leading on anti-police rhetoric. It's the general public. It's not a Black or white thing that hates the cops. It's people who've been cheated and wronged. Like I said, if you've been cheated by the cops and you've been told to just let it go, then put a 1 in the chat and let the cops see it. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been cheated by the police, tased, arrested, face down, torture cuffed, or worse, shot. Or you have a family member who's been killed by these cops. Look at all those people. They're not all Black. 13% of our population is Black. That means there's only 13% at the most in that chat right there. This bullshit this guy talks is so unbelievable.
As a journalist sitting here on television, I don't have to condemn anyone, anything. That is something that you should ask other people around the country.
I condemn
their
them
jobs to condemn
just
that.
like I condemn the hateful ideology out of groups like the KKK. All right.
Don't compare. See, that's what I'm saying. Look what this dirty jackboot thug does. He says he compares anti-police rhetoric to the KKK. You false, disingenuous scumbag. Really. Cruikshank versus United States, 1876. Bill Cruikshank, a member of the KKK, before the KKK was actually even a foundation, they went out and they murdered 150 Black dudes. Then they said that they violated the 1870 Enforcement Act, which stopped Black men from voting. Then Bill Cruikshank was put on trial, not for murdering 150 Black dudes, but for violating the 1870 Enforcement Act. His case went to the Supreme Court. In a landmark decision, the Supreme Court of the United States said that your federal Bill of Rights, your constitutional rights, do not apply through the states, only through the federal government. And so when you talk about that, you say hundreds of people being killed, and he's comparing the KKK to people hating cops.
Other people around the country,
I condemn
their
them
jobs to condemn
just
that.
like I condemn the hateful ideology out of groups like the KKK. All right. I condemn it. There is no place in American discourse for that sort of vile, vitriolic hate coming out of this ideology.
What are you talking about, bro? It's not coming from Black Lives Matter. I keep on trying to say it. It's like, listen, I literally want to scream out loud. It is not Black Lives Matter. I'm Colombian with a white mother. I'm white, bro. I'm Latino and white. And I can't stand you. Don't tell me that I'm Black and this hateful ideology is coming from Black Lives Matter. No, it's not. You murdered George Floyd. Instead of holding the dirty jackboot thug pig accountable, you made t-shirts that said, "Don't break the law and breathe easy." He was selling individual cigarettes on the street to support his family. He was a good father. Eric Garner. It is not Black Lives Matter. It's when I marched down the street in Hollywood, California, with 1 million people. Those were mostly white people. It's just a fact. It was mostly white people on the streets. this bullshit that it's black people who don't like you. No, it's us. It's the general public.
Fueled and fanned the flames of this anger toward the American police officer. There's only one group in America, one time, that truly cares about the lives of black people in these urban ghettos. And it's the American police officer who goes down there on a daily basis.
What did he just say?
One time that truly cares about the lives of black people in these urban ghettos. And it's the American police officer who goes down there on a daily basis, puts their life on the line to protect who? Black people. So when you say we just want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation about the black on black crime, which...
Oh, shut your mouth, dude. He's so full of shit. He's so full of shit. He's sitting there saying how cops care about black people because they go into urban poor areas to protect black people. You're being paid. You're making money. And if you listen to the internal jargon of police, what is the police motto? Does anybody know what the police motto is? Can you tell me what the police motto is? Anybody? Can anybody tell me what the police motto is?
Down there on a daily basis in these urban ghettos, and it's the America that truly cares. Only one group in America.
There's only one group in America.
One time that truly cares about the lives of black people.
And now he's going to say it's cops.
In these urban ghettos, and it's the American police officer.
What a load of shit on a stick, Clark. What a load of shit. An absolute, total, complete lie. So does anybody know Special Ed Andrew? Pretty close. Pretty close. Let me type it out here real quick. I'll keep playing this liar.
Who goes down there on a daily basis, puts their life on the line to protect who? Black people. So when you say we just want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation about the black on black crime, which kills more black males, which is more of a threat to any black male in the United States than a law enforcement officer.
Sheriff. Yes, that's a different conversation. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. There's an issue when it comes to violence. Black on black crime it's crime. White people kill white people, tend to kill white people. Black people tend to kill black people.
Not in the numbers.
That's fine, but that's a different
I don't care
conversation.
who white people
That is a different conversation than police brutality. And we're not having that conversation right now. Again, I want to be very clear with you. I condemn all violence of any type, just for the record.
Was the situation between Mike Brown and Darren Wilson, was that police brutality?
But we're not talking about Mike Brown and Darren Wilson.
Yeah, it was a murder, dude. You instead of retreating and staying in his car, he murdered Mike Brown. The policy of you not letting it go, the policy of you have to get him right now instead of retreating and getting him on camera and catching him later. That is the problem. That's what I'm trying to get across. I'm trying to get it across to people so they understand. That's what I'm trying to get across. Mike Brown was murdered because that cop couldn't let it go.
No, if you're asking me what the Justice Department showed, that it exonerated Officer Darren Wilson, and that the hands up, don't shoot narrative was a false narrative. That has been reported by CNN and by others.
Was another phony report.
What does that have to do with Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
All right, because when you take in
what does that have to do with Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
Rates of involvement in violent crime, and crime in general, but violent crime, you're going to see that black males are overrepresented. In terms of being involved in violent crime. That's going to mean more arrests. That's going to mean more people going to prison. This stuff has already been debunked.
Sure. That's a different conversation.
Every time you don't have a response to something I say, you say it's not that
I don't have a response to you, is that we're having two different conversations. I'm asking the questions here. You're answering the questions by asking questions about some other subject that we're not discussing.
We're talking about this hateful ideology called Black Lives Matter. You said you're not a member. You can't be a member. It's not an organization. There's no structure.
That's what you're talking about.
It is an ideology, and it is a hateful ideology.
I understand it's a very stressful time for you.
These individuals
And Sheriff, we appreciate you coming on.
They preach
Thank you.
vile and vitriol in the name of virtue.
Thank you, Sheriff. We appreciate it.
No, that's not true. That is such a load of crap. It is just, it's a lie. He's sitting there lying.
3 officers.
Everything he's saying is a lie.
Dead, 3 wounded in Baton Rouge. A really tough day for Baton Rouge and for the country, really.
No, that's. Let me lean in here so I can kind of get with you here and explain it to you. It wasn't a really tough day for the country. Most of us don't have any empathy or sympathy or give a shit when cops are killed. And the reason why we don't is because the policies, procedures, and protocols that are brutal, inhumane, and barbaric have been done to us more than once to a lot of us. So it wasn't a tough day for a lot of people. A lot of people think the cops get what they deserve when things like that happen. I don't wish death upon anybody. I think you only get one life. I don't think that there's some recycling of your soul and you get to come back and do it again. I think you get one life. So I like to see people change and grow over the time of their life. I turn 50 next month. And let me tell you something. I've seen people change and grow over time. I'm one of them. So I wasn't happy that these cops got killed in Louisiana, but I didn't lose a wink of sleep about it. It wasn't a tough day for the country. It was a tough day for those cops and the people who love them. But just like if the cops had killed me when I was in the dungeon or killed me before I went to the dungeon, those cops wouldn't have lost a single wink of sleep. We're the same. The cops are the same. The cops don't lose sleep when they murder us in the streets, and we don't lose any sleep when psychos kill cops. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's true. I mean, do you agree or disagree? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 in the chat if you disagree. I'm just keeping it real with you, man. I'd love to be able to stand up and respect cops, but I don't. I think you guys are scumbags for signing up to that disgusting organization and agreeing to do those policies, procedures, and protocols. I think it's nasty. I think you're a nasty person because you signed up to do it, because you can't figure out what else to do with your life. With 10 million jobs in America, you chose that one. Knowing that you have to tell people to lay on their belly, you get behind them and scare the shit out of them. The whole thing, dude. The whole thing. It's you. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, it's you. You are the actual problem.
In the year 2002, I was no-knock raided by the chief of police, Michael Moore, of LAPD with an entire SWAT team twice in the same month. Since that date, I began studying the history of America and constitutional law. I am an autodidactic constitutional law scholar. Over the past couple years, what I've done is I've been able to devise a system, understanding that the police have created a very rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that they use to arrest you. I've also created a very rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols for you to follow that gives you back the power when you're forced to interact with these jackboot thugs. It has become a tyrannical jackboot thug police state, prison state, death state. I will win the governorship and I will change the policies from the top down.
Hi, I'm Corporal Wayne with the Zelle County Sheriff's Office. The reason I pulled you over is you don't have any tail lights on.
So cops got me pulled over. First thing I'm going to do when I start recording is I'm going to put this hand right here. You see that? You see how that works? This hand is now up in the air. My camera is going to bright up the sky. So if it's nighttime, then the coppers can see that the camera is in my hand. You can see that my hand is here. The other hand goes up into the window. I'm in touchdown position right here. My hands look like they're a goalpost. This hand is actually, I took my little miniature armrest right here. I put it up right here. Bam. This is how I use my trifold. If anything happens to me, I'm all set right here. Okay, now that I got this like this, my camera's rolling. Most important thing. Second thing, my elbow goes in the windowsill right there. Do you see that? My elbow goes in the windowsill right there. There it is, right there. Now, with this hand up in the air and this hand up in the windowsill right here, I'm all set. I'm all set. The most I'm going to do is take the same hand right here, reach down and slightly roll my window down just a scooch. I'm all set up. I'm in touchdown position. This hand is rolling camera. This hand is up here so that I can reach up and grab my trifold and my proof of identification and my license. Everything is up in my visor. There it is right there. So here's what I'm doing tonight, because I haven't come on at night yet for a while, because I just wanted to get myself a little bit more dialed in, have my brain working again. So here's what I'm doing tonight for you guys. If you get a trifold, I'm going to give you everything in my store. I'm going to send it to you for free. So that means I'll email you a bunch of stuff. I'm also going to include with your trifold a pair of Fifth Amendment cop cards, 100% for free. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm going to give you everything I sell, my digital poster, my ebook, all my periodicals. If you get a trifold tonight, 7:30 right now, I'll do it till midnight. I will give you absolutely everything that I sell in my online store, DeleteLawZ.com, 100% for free. Check your email. You'll have it by the morning. You'll get my poster, which is great. Cost you like $25-$30 to go print out my poster. And then, man, put that in your kitchen. People can talk about it all day. And then I'm also going to send you my ebook, which is for kids. It's animated. It's got cartoons in it. You can print that out as well. I don't have a hard copy of my book. So if anybody gets a trifold tonight, then what I'll do is I will make sure that you get everything I sell 100% for free.
Police lied about the punching.
So I couldn't find this video right here anywhere except for on Rashid's page. I looked for the video. I looked for it. I could not find it. So I'll have to listen to a little bit of commentary, which, by the way, I'm a subscriber. As you guys can see, I like this guy's page. I don't mind listening to him. I just wanted to find the raw body cam footage myself. But Sheriff Clark and all the other cops who watch my channel and say that I'm a bad guy. Okay, cool. I'm a bad guy. But look at what you do. Watch what you do here, and you're going to understand the reason why.
Decide to harass, kick, punch, tase an individual on a bicycle, and their police report betrays them. Here it is.
Okay, so look, this guy rode through a campus of a school, just to give you a little backlog. He rode through the campus of a school, and then the cops on the side of the road said to him that they wanted him to stop. And he didn't stop when they told him to stop immediately. He's trying to stop right here. And then watch the step-by-step here. Look, hands are up. He's on the ground. It looks like his phone or something fell out of his pocket right here. And this cop coming running in. This is what we don't want. They've got a copper here. They have to get him because he rode through a college campus. He's on the ground. His hands are up. Don't hurt me. So they try to grab him, so he starts kicking.
Taser!
Look at when they tase him. Take a look at when they tase him. So look.
Taser!
Look. Take a look. Take a look. For all the coppers who say it's me, that I am the leader of hate. I'm sorry, you blame BLM, didn't you? You said it was BLM leading this rhetoric of anti-cop sentiment across the country. I would say, I would say that I'm one of the loudest voices of truth on the internet. That's what I would say. I would say that I speak the truth out loud more than 99.9% of all other people. And I think that's the reason why so many millions of people share my videos. I think that's the reason people take my videos, download them, and upload them to their TikTok, to their Instagram, to their YouTube, which is fine. He's balled up. He's in fetal position on his side. You see that, Sheriff Clark? Do you see that? Hey, Sheriff Clark, it's BLM. Is it BLM? He looks white. The cops look white. He's on the ground, balled up, covering himself. His knees are pulled in. His bike is wiped out. It's over. They shoot him in the side with 50,000 volts of electricity.
Put your hands on your back. Put your hands on your back.
Look at the disgusting, brutal treatment.
Put your hands on your back. Stop. Put your hand behind your back.
Mississippi and
Look. So if you didn't really see it, let me show it to you again. Stop. Okay, I'm gonna slow this down. Take a look here. Take a look. Okay, I got it down to 0.25%. Hold on one second. Check it out. Watch. I did this earlier already. Watch. Let me kill the volume on this bad chicken so it doesn't kill us here. Okay. This is his arm. Look. His fingers, he's got his elbow bent at an awkward angle. He's breaking the guy's wrist. Look. Look at what he's doing. Look. He's twisting his hand this way. Look. Look what he's doing to his wrist. There's 2 men on him and he's been tased. Scumbag. He's still twisting the guy's wrist. Look what he's doing. Take a good look. I mean, can you see it? Can you guys see it? Can you see it? He's got his wrist like this. He's got his wrist like this. He's got it like that. Look. As the other guys who said kneeling on him. So you say said as they're kneeling on him with their body weight. Sheriff Clark, coppers, pay close attention. This is why there's anti-police sentiment in America. Your policy, procedure, and protocol, you teach him to do that to people. To jump on top of him and twist his wrist like this. And you wonder why people hate cops. You're mad at me because I tell the truth. But take a look at what you do. Bro, take a look. Take a look at what you do. Sorry about that. Now, hold on a second. This is a listening part right here because I watched this video back 3 or 4 times. I sent this to the editors and said, "Can you clip out Rashid so I can just get the body cam footage?" And they didn't get it done in time. But I watched this today. Now, after, just listen.
Put your hands behind your back. Give me your hands. Okay. Give me your hands. Put your hands behind your Put your hands behind your back. Give me your hands. Okay. Give me your hands. Give me your hands. Okay. Give me your hands. Put your hands behind your back. Oh my God, dude. Give me your hands. I got it. Give me your hands.
So do you think that maybe they're earning the hate? Do you think that maybe...
Put your hands behind your back.
Here comes the beating.
Give me your hands. Okay. Give me your hands. Put your hands behind your back. Oh my God, dude. Give me your hands. I got it. Give me your hands. You got it, dude. Get it. If you kick me, we're going to have a problem. What do I being stopped for? Why are you stopped? Because I smoked a cigarette on the campus?
No, because you didn't listen to my commands. That's why.
He said, "Why is this happening? Because I smoked a cigarette on the campus, on the school campus, and then listened to the honest jackboot thug."
Why are you stopped? Because I smoked a cigarette on the campus?
No, because you didn't listen to my commands. That's why.
So he said that they just tased him, attacked him, and beat him because you didn't listen to my commands. But me calling you a pig is the reason why people don't like you. Put it in the chat if you wouldn't like these dirty JBTPs if I was never here. It's got nothing to do with me, bro. I'm just the voice that says it. The only other person who says what I say out loud is James Freeman. James Freeman, he's the only other one. He's the only other person that tells these dirty coppers to shut their fucking mouth. He's the only other one. No, there's also the guy in LA, SVG. SVG tells him to eat shit too. But there's very few of us who actually tell you you're a disgusting maggot. My family, some of my family members, since I've been to jail, I called them when I was in jail and we had some conversations. Some of my family members are like, man, Chille, you know, you're just so hardcore on the cops. Hey, family, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Are you seeing him elbow him in the back of the head as he tries to break his wrist? Are you seeing it? I mean, Bay Area transparency is really good too. And we need more people to call him out. But what we need is the almost 600 people here. We need you guys to pull your camera out and say, man, you really joined the Death Star. You know, you can't join the Death Star and join Darth Vader and then say that you're not going to be evil. So remember, they're doing this to him, not because he broke the law, not because he smoked a cigarette on the campus. They're doing this to him because he didn't listen to them. Poor little high school bully got bullied in high school. Poor little guy got picked on.
I'm scared to death, y'all, man. Last time you just broke my jaw in 4 places. Oh my God.
Trying to run ain't a good way to fix that.
I fell over.
Buddy, piss off. No, he's okay.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm speaking on. FH8ZY. Everybody let him know. Let him know. Listen, FHA's right here. FH8ZY. I'm sorry that happened to you, bro. You're not alone. It's happened to a lot of us. It's happened to a lot of us. You're not alone. And I'm sorry that happened to you, dude. What year was that? Was it around 2007 for me? It was around the same year, 2007 for me. No, I broke up. I remember I was going out with, so it would have been 2004, when the cops beat me up in my own apartment complex when I called them, when someone had legitimately broken into my apartment complex. The cops beat me up in front of my girlfriend, and I had to let them do it. Because in 2004, I was in some pretty incredible shape and I had to let them beat me. I had to let them beat on me, bro. So everybody let FH8ZY know that he's not alone. You're not alone, brother. You are not alone. So many of us, if it's happened to you, just put in the chat, it's happened to me. It's happened to me. If you've been torture cuffed, you've been tased, you've been beaten, you've been cheated, you've been jailed, you're not alone. So now back to the storyline here. You're not alone. There's so many people. You're welcome. You're welcome, my brother. You're welcome. You're not alone. So I started off this broadcast with explaining to the coppers, I got a Me Too in there, that the way you talk to us and the way you treat us is so inhumane, barbaric, and brutal that we can't stand you anymore. So let's just take a listen here real quick.
Buddy, piss off. No, he's okay.
Buddy, piss off. And this is the part that makes me, and just so you know,
Buddy, piss off. No, he's okay.
They're in somebody's yard, and then he tells him, buddy, piss off. This is what makes me have no empathy for you if a psycho does the untold. If a psycho takes you out, copper, then they run the video of who you were as a person. Hey, buddy, piss off. And we hate you, dude. You're not God. You're not my master. If you were to drop the badge and gun, you wouldn't have a chance against a man like me. You wouldn't have a chance. You would never talk to me that way. If it was just you and I, and there was the underlying threat of violence, and there was nobody there to stop it, and there was no cameras, you would never talk to me that way. You would be afraid. You wouldn't speak to another man, not just me. You wouldn't speak to another man that way because you would be afraid he would punch you in the mouth. I'm not saying it's right. Jordan Peterson teaches this. Between men, there's always an underlying threat of violence. But these dirty JBTPs, put it in the chat, JBTP. If you don't know what it means, someone will tell you what it means. They've removed the underlying threat of violence between men, so they think that these dirty cops can talk to us however they want.
Buddy, piss off. No, he's okay.
And then the police tried to wave a resident away from observing them. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need one. Now,
What's in your other?
Yes, he did. One angry gay. Yes, he did. For a fact, he did. I saw the video he made where he said there's always an underlying threat of violence between men. That's what he said. That's what Jordan Peterson said. I watched the video. I read his book, so I know what he said. I mean, I appreciate the rebuttal, but you're incorrect in your data. That's exactly what Jordan Peterson said. There's always an underlying threat of violence between men. And that's why there's a certain boundary of respect that most men don't want to cross, because another guy might get mad and punch you in the face. Women don't do that as much. They do a little more now in this world that's become so hostile, but
Because you were trespassing on the campus.
I was just passing you through and I stopped to smoke a cigarette, dude. That's all. They showed me to leave. I left. I was leaving. There's no reason to treat me like this, dude.
Well, when I tell you to stop, you got to stop.
I fell over.
Because I'm investigating.
I fell over.
You started riding away from me until you saw the other police car.
Oh my God! Ow! Oh.
All right, sit up.
Sit up. I am. You guys are insane.
So, I mean, look, it may just be nuance, right? It may just be a certain way, right? But look at how this cop sits the man up. Just take a look. If you don't understand why so many people don't like cops, why so many people call them pigs, why so many people hate the cops, why there's this anti-cop sentiment across America, let me show you. Take a look, copper. Take a look. Ready? Let's take a look.
Ow. Oh.
He's in torture cuffs. Torture cuffs are always torture. They rip on your wrists really bad. They hurt your shoulders.
Hey, for me until you saw the other police car.
Oh my God. Ow.
Ow. So he's in pain. Now just wait. Hold on a second. Let's really take a look at the way he's treated right here. And this really matters. Don't pretend like it doesn't matter. So he's in torture cuffs. And now he says, sit up. And take a look. He's holding his hands as close together as he can because the wrists are being ripped. Look. You treat our family and friends like our lives don't matter. You treat people, human beings, like their shoulder joint, the shoulder, which is the most amazing joint in the human body. Did you know that? You treat his shoulder like he's not going to need it for the next 10 years. Like he doesn't need that shoulder. I can just do whatever the hell I want to him. That's how you treat him. Look at how he's being treated. But don't call them pigs. Don't call them pigs. Whatever you do, don't call them pigs, man. Do not call them pigs. Aegis Puppas here said that we are dogs to them. Don't call them pigs, though. Look at what they're doing to this man. Look at how they're treating him. Look at how they're treating his arm. Look, he's not trying to help him up. He's just abusing him. Look, he's dangling him there by his wrists. Torture cuffs are always torture. That hurts. There it is, right there. There it is.
I want to show you the screenshot of the man with his hands clearly visible.
Yeah, I did the same
thing. He
is
clearly in compliance. And it is at this point, the officers decide to clearly tase him, kick him, punch him.
You should show that part, Rashid. You should show. I wish. I mean, I already showed you guys, but the man was curled up in a ball in fetal position. He was curled up in a ball when they tased him.
Marcus Adams. What they describe as protective actions against Marcus Adams, because according to the police in Lakeland, Florida, he was not complying with their orders during an incident earlier this year. But a recently released body camera video indicates they are in fact lying their ass off.
So, but I want to know this. I want to know this though from Shelby. Shelby, did I lead you to hate cops? Am I the reason why you hate cops? I mean, did I do this? Amy Kelly, Chris Treat, Cop Locator, Alan Hubbs. Alan and I are good buddies. Alan, am I the one? Houston Hot Dog. Did I lead you? Did I lead you to hate the cops? Was that me that did that? Yeah, I'm doing that special again. Barry got the trifold. He got the cop cards. I'm sending them out lickety split right now. And right now, if you guys get a trifold, I'm giving you everything on my store for free. So go to DeleteLawZ.com and get a trifold right now. You heard what Rashid just said. Listen.
Video indicates Marcus Adams, because according to the police in Lakeland, Florida, he was not complying with their orders during an incident earlier this year. But a recently released body camera video indicates they are in fact lying their ass off. Here it is. And that's not the surprising part, considering the police department has a long history of abusive behavior caught on camera. The latest incident to surface took place on February 7th, after Mr. Adams was simply riding his bicycle on the campus of Florida Southern College and decided to stop and smoke a cigarette.
Okay, so I just want to read some of these out loud here, just real quick. Just real quick for the cops, just so you guys can see. I have called you pigs. I created an acronym for you that's gone across the country, JBTP, Jack Boot Thug Pigs. I've said you're evil. I've said you're demons. I said you're the darkness, the terror, the fear. You are the worst of all humanity. You're the lowest level of scum. I've said that. I'm pulling back from that. I'm trying to be a good person here. Not me. I've hated cops for as long as I can remember. Go ahead, chime in. Put your comment down there. Let me know if you strongly dislike, strongly distrust, or you even hate cops. And I want to know, did you learn that from me? I just want to know. Can you teach me? Am I the one that taught you how to hate cops? I just want to know. I came here because I hate cops is a comment right here. I hate cops because of cop behavior, another comment says here. I don't like demonic cops. It's me though, right? I'm the one who did this. Because I say it out loud, it's me. It's got to be Chille. He's the one that's doing this. He did this. He's the one. Dirty pigs, another comment says. Did I teach you that? Did I teach you that? I didn't teach you that. I say it all the time. I hate cops. This guy said that. Did I teach you that though? Did I teach you? Do you hate cops because of me? I'm just relaying the message, pigs. Hated pigs long before you, says Dan. Go ahead. I just want, and for the editors, you can make this into a short. Put your comment down below. Did you hate cops before you ever knew about DeleteLawZ, before about ChilleDeCastro, before you ever heard of this channel on YouTube? Did you hate cops before we ever talked? I just want to know. Because I heard a lot of stuff. Bruce chimes in, Chille made me hate cops. Forrest says, I hated cops before I even found my governor. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Wow. It's just. I'm not filing against the state. I'm filing against the county. So I appreciate you guys chiming in. Thank you.
A security guard ordered him to leave the area, which he did. He complied. He was already off the college campus and riding his bicycle down a residential street when multiple Lakeland police officers pulled up and ordered him to stop. Now, the fact that he is not on the campus is his evidence he committed no criminal trespass. In order for it to be criminal trespass, he must first be warned that he is in fact trespassing. Given the opportunity to leave and violate that part. The fact he was not on the campus means no prerequisite crime took place for the law enforcement interaction. So the video obtained by WTSP News shows he slowed the bicycle in an apparent attempt to listen to their commands, and he fell while slowing the bicycle. He fell sideways on a patch of grass, which was when the cops decided to pounce on him, taser him, kick his legs, plant their knee on his back, and strike him multiple times in the face with their forearms. Quote, "What am I being stopped for? Why am I being stopped because of a cigarette on the campus?" Question mark, Adams asked. Officer responds, "No, because you didn't listen to my commands. That's why," end quote.
There it is right there. I mean, if you guys are not keeping up, I understand there's, hundreds of people in here. So you get a trifold on DeleteLawZ.com. Someone put the thing up for him. Lezo TVO says cops proven to lie, cheat, and steal from us. And then James here said that I hate cops. I hated cops not because of you. I hated cops way before you. I despise jackboot thug pigs. I've hated cops before you were born. And then Matthew Lee chimes in and says, it was Chille who wrongfully arrested me. I want the cops to understand something, especially that Andrew said he hates cops from Eric Brandt being persecuted, prosecuted, and put in jail for a decade. David Greenberg said, I hate cops since 1980. Shelby said, I was in prison in 2007. Johnny said, I hated cops way before Chille. So the cops who are blaming me, the Jeff hates pigs, Jeff hates pigs. XRP Vegas said that he learned from his own experience. Raul Korn said, hated cops since early 2000s. Hated them since I was a child, says Claudette. Maybe it's your policies, your procedures, and your protocols are the reason why people hate you. Maybe because you're brutal, inhumane, and barbaric is the reason why people hate you. It's got nothing to do with me. I just vocalized my own internal feelings. It is what it is.
Adams is 36 years of age. He was charged with trespassing on school grounds. The cop just said he wasn't being harassed for trespassing, but he charged him with trespassing on school grounds, possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, assault on a law enforcement officer, and resisting an officer without violence, according to the arrest report.
Right, but they beat him. They're the ones who beat him. They beat him. They attacked him. They beat him. That's what happened. We all saw it. We all saw it. We all saw it. Okay. So the dirty cops can say whatever they want. Derek hates pigs. Oh my God. I got a Jeff hates pigs. We got a Mike hates pigs. We got a Jeff hates pigs. I mean, look at what's happening, coppers. Maybe you should think about changing your policies, procedures, and protocols. Maybe all the times I've offered to sit down and have conversations with you, even though I can't stand you right now. Maybe we can get rid of that slave catcher badge and it can become a peace symbol. Maybe we can change your cars from blue and black to white and yellow. Maybe we can change those uniforms. Maybe we can change your policies of having to lay people on their belly and just film them, and eventually they'll have to pay for crimes they commit. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe you're not saving anybody. Maybe you're the problem. Just saying. I mean, do you think maybe it could be them? Is that what it is? Am I saying it wrong, Larry? Sorry about that, man. It's Rashad, not it's Rashad, not Rashid. Rashid. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes for sure. We don't stop calling them pigs. We don't stop calling them pigs.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Trooper Wiseman. I'm also recording. What is your problem?
Where is your recording device?
Doesn't matter. What's your issue?
That's how it was. We just let
Hello. What's your issue?
Where is your recording device?
Doesn't matter. What's your issue? Do you have an issue or do you not?
Yes, I do.
Well, then let's hear.
They had a cone in the middle of the road. I almost hit it.
So you go down beating on the church, interrupting a service because you almost hit a cone in the road.
So let me give you a little background. This guy's name, Officer Wiseman out of West Virginia. Officer Wiseman out of West Virginia, what he did is he was in the road, saw some sort of, he rolled over a cone, or he went down beating on a church is what he said, something ridiculous. But the guy, if he had broken the law, Officer Wiseman would have arrested him right out of his own house. I think he did. I don't know if he did. I don't know the end of the story. But Wiseman, what he does, he goes to the guy's house. He just opens the door and walks right in with no warrant. No, nothing. Just walks right in. And this is what happens.
Yes, I did.
Then that's the problem.
Yes, sir. Is that okay?
Go to your bedroom, please.
No,
you guys stay here.
No, it's not okay that you're going down there beating on a church.
It is okay.
No, actually, it's not okay. Actually, it's against the law.
It's against the law.
It is against the law to go and beat a door.
Do you have a recording device on you?
I told you. Are you drunk? Are you high? Or something wrong with you? Because
I
I told
am not
you
drunk.
4 times.
Did you come in my house without my permission?
Yes, I sure did. I'm going to follow you if you go in a house. I don't know what you're coming in here. Officers getting shot every single day.
What a load of shit. Hey, Brian White, I see your comments, dude. You don't got to take off, man. Stick around. Good to see you. So this copper is saying that he went into the guy's house because he was afraid the copper was going to shoot him. That's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. Michael, good to see you, Brian. Michael Eline's here, everybody. Michael Eline held down the channel for me when I was in jail. God bless you, Michael. Good to see you, buddy.
Go let you shoot me.
We don't
You
have
understand?
no reason to shoot anybody.
Well, that's what everybody says.
Recording device on you?
I told you. Are you drunk? Are you high? Or
So I want to, we're at 56 seconds. We're going to come right back, but I want you to pay attention to the very beginning of this.
Hello.
So the guy just walked into his house. You see his front door open right there? See the front door open right there? This copper Wiseman, he just walked directly into his house. Okay? That's what happened. Gloria's in here, everybody.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Trooper Wiseman. I'm also recording. What is your problem?
Where is your recording device?
Doesn't matter.
Where is your recording device? And he says it doesn't matter. Now pay attention to the recording device part. That's the only time we're going to stop it.
What's your issue?
That's how it was. We just let
Hello. What's your issue?
Where is your recording device?
Doesn't matter.
There it is again. He's asked twice now. We're 18 seconds in. Where's your recording? Good to see you, Julie. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. He asks again now. Within 18 seconds, twice in a row, where's your recording device? You can see on his chest, there's no recording device.
What's your issue? Do you have an issue or do you not?
Yes, I do.
Well, then let's hear.
They had a cone in the middle of the road. I almost hit it.
So you go down beating on the church, interrupting a service because you almost hit a cone in the road.
Yes, I did.
Then that's the problem.
Yes, sir. Is that okay?
Go to your bedroom, please.
No,
you guys stay here.
No, it's not okay that you're going down there beating on a church.
It is okay.
No, actually, it's not okay. Actually, it's against the law.
It's against the law.
It is against the law.
If it was against the law, you would arrest him, you lying piggy.
Do you have a recording device on you?
I told you. Are you drunk? Are you high? Or something wrong with you? Because
I
I told
am not
you
drunk.
4 times.
Did you come in my house without my permission?
Yes, I sure did. I'm going to follow you if you go in a house. I don't know what you're coming in here. Officers getting shot every single day. I ain't going to let you shoot me.
We don't
You
have
understand?
no reason to shoot anybody.
Well, that's what everybody says. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Where's your recording device?
You've asked me that now 6 times.
No, he's asked you 3 times in 1 minute and 18 seconds. That's how many times he's asked you. We created recording device to put on cops to hold you accountable for the BS you do to us. The policies, procedures, and protocols, Terry versus Ohio, is already brutal enough. We put recording devices on you to track you and keep track of you. Now, what the dirty jackboot thug pigs have done is they've sponsored legislators, new politicians all over the country, both state and federally, that the Fraternal Order of Police pays for that campaign. Then when that politician gets in Tennessee, the worst one, Tennessee, North Carolina, you can't get the body cam footage in Tennessee unless you were involved in the incident. We've lost the accountability of the body cam. It's just so unbelievable. And this dirty pig, he didn't ask 6 times. He asked 3 times in 1 minute and 18 seconds, 1 minute and 15 seconds.
What is your name and your
Well, that's what everybody says. Hello, nice to meet you.
So you're waving at the camera? This guy's such a psycho.
Where's your recording device?
You've asked me that now 6 times.
What is your name and your
I already told you that also.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did. So are you high or drunk?
He's not high or drunk.
Then what's
You're
wrong
being
with him?
very hostile.
Well, like I said, I'm not dealing with this. You have a problem. There was a cone in the road. Anything else?
This is upsetting.
No, she is not
Good.
coming there.
Why? I want to talk to her.
No.
Are you going to make a complaint, or are you just?
Yes, I am.
We'll make your complaint.
What is your name and your badge?
I've already
number?
told you that. If you can't remember that, that's on
You did not, sir.
And if you can't read, it's right here. So I don't know what to tell you.
What is your name and badge number?
There it is. You see it, bub? You got your recording right there.
Officer Rick Wiseman, who went into someone's home without a warrant, then berates those inside of it.
Can I read your name?
What a scumbag. Everybody welcome AB167. Welcome to Team DLZ. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks for the membership.
I don't know. Can you read?
Yes, sir.
Listen. I'm not playing this game with you. There was a road cone. Is there anything else you would like to discuss? I'm not going to sit here all day and play games with you.
That's the only problem.
Okay.
You come in my house without my permission.
Good. Go sue. I don't want to tell you. I've told you why I came in. I ain't letting you shoot me. You understand that?
I don't have a gun, do I?
How do I know you don't have a gun?
Look at me.
How do I know you don't have a gun?
Look at me, sir.
Do not raise your voice to me. You understand me? No, I will not.
You do not have a right to come in.
You will.
Wow. Just real quick, put a 1 in the chat if you think he beats his wife, if you think he beats his children. And so for the coppers, good to see you, Danelle. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. For the coppers, watch the comment section here. I'll leave the live chat on there for you. Put a 1 in the chat if you think he beats his wife and beats his kids. Put a 1 in the chat. If you think this guy beats his wife, you can put he beats his kids, he beats his wife. Do you think? I'm just wondering. Do you think he did? I mean, do you think that he does? Javro, my buddy. Good to see you, Javro. Thanks for coming, buddy. I appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. God bless you, dude. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, dude. We don't stop. We don't stop. I'm going to give you guys the follow-up on here. So Derek Hates Pigs says that 1 for sure, he's a psychopath and he beats his wife and his children. Derek, did I lead you to that conclusion? Or would you just naturally conclude that this cop beats his wife and children when he has the voice raised at any kind of voice raised at him makes him go crazy. He loses his mind. Well, because Ruby Red said here in Quebec, they're dirty too, because we taught Canada how to police. The Israelis and the Americans lead the world in policing. It's a fact. It's a plain, simple fact. Yeah, he's got a quick fuse. Of course he does. He's a scumbag.
I know you don't have a gun.
Look at me.
How do I know you don't have a gun?
Look at me, sir.
Do not raise your voice to me.
Wow. He walks in this guy's house and then he accuses the man of having a gun and wanting to kill him. And then when he says, I don't have a gun, and he mocks him, look at Rick Wiseman.
I came in. I ain't letting you shoot me. You understand that?
I don't have a gun.
How do I know you don't have a gun?
Look at me.
How do I know you don't have a gun?
So he accuses him twice.
Look at me, sir.
Do not raise your voice to me. You understand me? No, I will not.
You do not have a right to come in.
You will not raise your voice to me. You understand
We just
me?
bought that phone.
I don't care what you just bought. You went down there, pounding on the freaking church door, acting like a fool. I'm not going to deal with that. You understand me? You're not going to raise your voice to me.
You just walked in our house.
That's right, because I am not getting shot. You understand me? If you don't have any more complaints, we're going to go.
What's your name? A badge number.
Rainer.
Don't close my door. This is my house. What is your name?
Sir!
Ow!
Get out! Leave right now and don't ever come back.
Ow! You broke my finger.
Wow. Just for the coppers here. Just for the coppers, okay? Listen to the interaction. Listen to how police treat people. Is this how cops treat people every day? Is this the norm? I just want to know from
Right to come in.
You will not raise your voice to me. You understand
We just
me?
bought that phone.
I don't care what you just bought.
He doesn't care. You can't raise your voice to him. Typical of police.
You went down there, pounding on the freaking church door, acting like a fool. I'm not going to deal with that.
You're not going to deal with that? You are dealing with that in the worst way.
You understand me? You're not going to raise your voice to me.
You're screaming at her in her face in her house. You're not going to raise your voice to me.
You just walked in our house.
That's right, because
And then he admits it. You just walked my house. Yeah, that's right.
I am not getting shot. You understand me? You don't
Because he's not getting shot. Nobody threatened to shoot him.
have any more complaints, we're going to go.
What's your name? A badge number.
Rainer.
Don't close my door. This is my house. What is your name?
Sir!
Ow!
Get out! Leave right now and don't ever come back.
Ow! You broke my finger.
Oh, man. Trooper Rick Wiseman of West Virginia. Let me make sure that you guys can see this. I did some of this research earlier. Okay. So West Virginia Trooper Rick Wiseman was fired, and then apparently his house burned down. West Virginia State Trooper loses everything. Brittany Wiseman, the wife of Senior Trooper Rick Wiseman, said the fire broke out overnight on Tuesday, March 12th, 2024. So they just lost everything. Boy, karma is a bitch, bro. Karma is an absolute bitch, isn't it? What goes around comes around. It sure seems like to me. I mean, that's what it seems like to me. It seems like that's what happened with. All right, I'm going to show just 1 minute of this real quick, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to show you guys another video. I'm doing a special today on the trifolds. If you buy one trifold, I'm going to give you the cop cards for free, and I'm going to give you everything in my online store for free. Come back tomorrow and put in the comment section, Chille sent me everything. So I want to just show you guys this just for 1 minute here.
House, are you the big bad wolf? No matter what he says, I'm not going to answer any of his questions. I take my license, registration, proof of insurance that will be in my left hand, and I give it to him. You got it on video?
Not your actual.
No, that's not that, but that's got my DL number right on the top.
Okay.
D1940.
So you don't have your actual driver's license?
Well, I mean, that is an actual photocopy of my driver's license, a laser copy. Actually, if I take the rest of the tape off there, it looks prettier than my actual driver's license. There you go. I don't want to deal with, he didn't identify himself. He didn't have his registration. He didn't have his current ID. He didn't have his current insurance card. No. I have everything ready to go. It's right here with the same hand right here. I'm going to take it like this, and I'm just going to slip my information right out the cracked window for that jackboot thug pig.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about right here. I ask everybody to get their license, registration, proof of insurance, get it on a laminated card. I use a photocopy of my driver's license. Obviously, I'm not Denzel Washington. So I use a photocopy of my driver's license, proof of insurance. I put it all in one laminated card, and then everything goes up in the trifold. I send you a broccoli wad rubber band. So fancy. It goes right over your
visor, and then your information goes inside here, so you can immediately give that dirty JBTP your license, registration, proof of insurance, and then plead the Fifth Amendment immediately. And then no matter what he says, if he says, hey, I smell something in your car, no matter what he says, now you got a whole myriad of cases. If he extends the stop, if he wants to ID your passenger, if your right to film police right there, right in the beginning, if he tries to give you a hard time about filming him, everything that you need in here. If you curse him out because you lose your temper and you know for a fact that he's a jackboot thug pig, I curse out cops, I'll use any words I want. It's the case law listed inside of the trifold so that you can, right here, he says to get out of the car. This is your step-by-step tutorial. Now, if you get a trifold, I'm going to give you these cop cards for free. They're just like your driver's license, same kind of plastic. So that way you can keep them in your wallet and they won't melt. And then what you do is when you get pulled over by the cops, whether you're a non-driver or a driver, then you just follow the 6 steps. Cop sighted, cop approaches. Number 3, cop asks you to exit the vehicle. You want to make sure that you use your cop cards. Cop demands to see your ID. This is the big one right here. This top one, number 4. You want to make sure you don't give that cop your ID. Good night, Willie. So tonight what I'm doing, if you go to DeleteLawZ.com, you can check everything out in my store. I'm going to give you everything in my store for free. All you got to do is get one trifold. Get one trifold. I'm going to give you everything else in my store 100% for free. Now, I can't mail you the hard copy poster, but I'll send you the digital one. You can print that out. I'll put my ebook, all my periodicals, and also digital copies of the trifold, so you can print a bunch out and give them to friends and family. I'm also going to give you digital copies of the cop card, plus send you a pair of cop cards. So there that is. There that is. There it is, Playboy. What's up with the Playboy? What's going on, Playboy? What's going on with the Playboy? Let me now. I want to show you this, and so I kind of wanted to lean into this a little bit. I wanted to explain to the cops why people hate you. I wanted you to understand. So because the cops, when I was in jail, the cops told me how I was the bad guy. Some of my friends and family told me I went too hard, and I got out and I had to really think about it. It's yeah. Does the trifold come with the visor band? Yes, it does. I actually order these specifically, and for every trifold that you get, I give you one of these, and it goes right on your visor. The broccoli wad rubber band. Listen. Just so you know, I went through hell to make sure you would get a rubber band. Everybody knows. Who knows about hand cancel? Who knows about hand cancel? Who's been here long enough? Who knows about hand cancel? I went through real hell. So this is a copper channel here, and it says active and former law enforcement officers. Can you guys see this? Let me open this bad chicken big for you. Charlie's in the other room, Chuck. Just real quick, put a 1 in the chat. If you have a trifold or you have cop cards, put a 1 in the chat if you have one, so I know who has one and who doesn't. I saw someone said they needed one. Go to DeleteLawZ.com, get one. I'm going to give you everything I sell for free. You just got to get one trifold. Everything. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, in your email, you'll have everything I sell for free. You'll have a digital copy of this. You can print out multiple and give them to friends and family. And that's what I want you to do. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Good old hand cancel. The old hand cancel. All right, so check this out. So for the coppers, I'm going to show you now the reason why people hate you. It has nothing to do with me calling you pigs. Don't call them pigs, whatever you do, right? But it doesn't have anything to do with me calling you a pig, with my rightful indignance towards you. It has nothing to do with that. Wow. Oath. Wow. Right on. Mama Lion, she has a cop card. She ordered a trifold last week. Okay, so let me get into this. So this, I want to show you guys this. So look at the first one here. It says your account can't be shown to non-followers. Your account activity may not follow our recommendations. So they got banned for showing what they do to people. And then the police report said our mission is to deliver educational, valuable content. Consider these other accounts. So here it is.
That's exactly what is going to happen. So who's the head honcho here? You tell me. Come on, kiss me. Kiss me. And tell me who's the head honcho here. What, I'm not hot enough for you? I'm not hot enough? I'm not sexy enough?
There it is right there. There's $1 million worth of surgeries right there. But they put music on it and they celebrate it. Look at my dog attack people. Watch. I mean, I'll show you some of the comments. I'm going to show you some of the comments right here. But take a look. This dog gets in and bites this guy. Ridiculous. And now read the comment here. There's my comment right there. I absolutely love and miss this. I enjoy seeing dogs work and build confidence to ensure their effectiveness on the street. This was a big part of my life, and I'll be back in a suit again soon. Circa 2019 with the homies. Disgusting. I put disgusting. Sleep token is a bay. I miss it already. Wow, respect. Really? That's not respectable to me. That's not. I don't see that as respectable at all. I see that as dog shit. We've seen this. I don't want to watch it.
Our primary
It'll piss me off.
goal.
How you doing, sir?
How are you?
Good.
Remember me?
No, I don't, sir.
1997.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Out of a swimming pool. Saved his life.
Wow.
Right. So a broken clock is right twice a day. They show these feel-good stories. Here's another one. Now watch this brutal, barbaric, and inhumane treatment as they got to get his arms behind his back. It's their mission to get it behind their back. So look, right there, you could detain him. You could detain him with a band that doesn't have chains on it. There's so many ways he could be detained right here. The current model of torture cuffs, the cuffs could be put on right here. You think they're going to do that, though? Do you think they're going to do that? I'm just wondering, do you think they're going to do that? Arm behind the back. They're twisting up his limbs. She's grabbing him by the hair. Look, she's ripping his hair out. Is it me? I did this. I did this. That treatment is disgusting. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. That's disgusting. But it's me. But I did that. I did that. So for the coppers who don't like me and say Chille calls us pigs, don't call them pigs. Is that piggish behavior right there? Why does he have to be grabbed? Why does he have to be put in torture cuffs right this second? Why does he have to be taken down to the ground? Why does he have to be treated that way? Don't we live in a digital era? Can't we catch him on camera and get him later? Why do you have to get him right there? I'm just so confused. I'm just so confused. Why does he have to be treated that way? How come he's got to be treated that way? Can you guys explain it to me so I understand? What's up, Bob? So can you guys explain it to me? Ruben Mora to the cops. It's not you, Chille. Jackboot thug pigs brought that name on themselves. That's what Ruben said. But these coppers are so mad at me. They're so mad that I'm the one. I'm the one. Michael Eline said that they're raising revenue by arresting this guy, which they are. It's just so unbelievable. It is so unbelievable. Wow. I'm reading the comments here. It's just a Velcro strap would work when he was facing them. He could have just wrapped a strap around him with Velcro on it. Could have just put a Velcro strap around the front of his wrist, right? Why can't we use those? Why do we got to use chains that were created for slaves, for Kuta Kente? Why do we got to use? I'm just curious. How come? Why do we got to use these chains? Oh, I wish I could rewind it. And for the coppers, let's take a look. Let's take a look. So if you want to know why people hate cops, if you want to know why people distrust cops, dislike cops, why people call you pigs, why people call you scum, why it's not BLM who's created an anti-police sentiment, let me show you why there's an anti-police sentiment. Let me show you why people hate you. Let me show you why. You just saw that brutal BS that they just did to that guy. Well, let's take a look. Let's read it together, shall we? Let's take a good look. If you do not train consistently, at least once a week with a legitimate DT program specifically developed for cops, so this is what you train people to do. You train cops to treat us that way, and he was no threat. He was running away. In a digital era, get a video of him and then track him over time. But unless he has a diamond ring in his hand, unless he has somebody's wallet, you don't need to get him right now. But listen to what the cop writes here, this piece of shit. It has to be a special DT program specifically developed for cops. What are you doing to stay proficient? Are you waiting for that second hour block every year to potentially save your life? It's proven that a heavy grappling, wrestling, judo foundation with some striking integrated with weapons, including less lethal case law, environmental considerations, and law enforcement experience is the most optimal for DT, optimal DT for this profession. What do you think DT stands for? If you disagree, 1, if you actually train, 2, if you've never been tested in reality or in training, 3, ego. Let me tell you something, Copper. I put in 30 years plus on the mat. I would love to see you try that to do. You know, I'm old man now. I turn 50 next month. So I have to leave it behind. There's people who are young now that are going to be able to whoop my ass. I'm just too old. I'm past my prime, ladies and gentlemen, as far as physically fighting people. But I guarantee you with the 30 years I put on the mat, I could whoop most of these guys' asses. But that's not what it's about. It's about that you believe that you are the good guys when you're not. You're the bad guys. And 4, if you disagree and aren't open to this approach to law enforcement, then you're the reason why the culture isn't changing. If you disagree and aren't open to this approach to law enforcement defensive tactics, then you're the reason why the culture isn't changing. Reduce liability, increase safety for both officer and suspect. Oh, does it go home safe without a lawsuit? Oh, is that what it looks like? I'm just curious. Did it look like it was safer for the guy on the street? It looks like he was pretty far abused. It looks like he was pretty far abused. What's the matter? You says, you did it, Chille. You did it all. Everything was fine before you came along and brainwashed all of us to hate pigs. So you read his comment? He wrote that. I didn't write that. What's the matter? You wrote that. What's the matter? You wrote that. That's all I'm saying. Keep on going, bro. Oh, DT says, solve it. DT equals detain and torture. I didn't teach him that. I didn't teach him that. Be the difference or suffer the consequence. No backstory on this incident. Absolute clownery. So what was it? If you disagree, what did he say? He said, if you don't actually train, you never train. I'm not sure which the right one is. 4. It's 4. 4 is the correct one to put here. This is the reason why I won't build up Instagram again, in case you guys didn't know. There it is. There it is. So the reason why I won't build up Instagram again is because they deleted my account with, I don't know how many people were following it or whatever, but it's absolutely disgusting. It's just disgusting. And so I don't want to build back up Instagram again, but they delete my account because I go on here and I battle with these disgusting cops, and then the cops report my comment, and then this is disgusting, brutal, inhumane, and barbaric. Gross. This is the reason why we hate cops and call them pigs. You're more than welcome to come on the YouTubes and defend your disgusting, putrid, barbaric position, but we all know that you won't, that you're a coward and you can't defend what we just witnessed in this video. And just so the copper, if you find my channel and you get to see this, just so you know, I'm 50 next month. But if you had caught me when I was 30, bro, I could have tore you apart. I tore apart lots of guys, and I didn't know any jujitsu till I was 25, and I destroyed lots. It was my favorite to beat up cops when they came in to train. It was my favorite. I would just wipe them out. And I'm old now, so you can't do it. You can only do it on the mat. You can't do violence on the streets. But I wish I could get this dirty JBTP right here and just torture him. But every man has.
Paul. Hey, can you step out of the car, please? Step out of the car now. What's the matter? Step out of the car. Step out of the car. What's going on? What's the problem? Get out of the car now! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the fucking car now! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the fucking car now! Get out of the fucking car!
Putting on the back. Look it on the back of it.
We're now reaching in if the car can get mobile.
Wow.
Priority life's just not there. Like, we've seen this too often lately, where guys reach in the car and then the car drives away and drags them. They get injured, hurt, killed, or end up having to get into a shooting while being dragged. Stop the car! Get shot! Ah! Get out of the car! Right, stop. Get out of the car! Get out of the fucking car!
Just disgusting. I mean, and these cops, they glorify this as though, just for police posts, it's just disgusting. It's just absolutely disgusting. It's just, look at the glorification of the violence that they do to people, and look at the weakness of them. I mean, remember, this guy he dominated the cop.
Paul. Hey, can you step out of the car, please? Step out of the car now. What's the matter? Step out of the car. Step out of the car. What's going on?
Why does he have to step out of the car?
What's the problem?
So then he puts the keys in and drives away.
Get out of the car now! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the fucking car now! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the fucking car now!
He's tasing him in the back right here, but just wait.
Get out of the fucking car!
Now he's texting him in the back of the neck on the brainstem, where you're not allowed to hit in MMA. You're not allowed to hit in real life on the back of the neck because you can kill people. He's shooting 50,000 volts of electricity into the back of his neck.
Out of the fucking car!
We're now reaching in if the car can get mobile. The priority of life is just not there. Like we've seen this too often lately.
Priority of life is just not there. You mean priority of life for you? Is that what you mean? Good night, Derek. You mean priority of life for yourself? Because this man doesn't care about this guy's life. He's tasing him in the back of the neck. That's pretty disgusting. That's pretty disgusting. That's pretty disgusting. What's going on, Rebel? Good to see you, man. I'm trying to teach you now. I'm trying to show you. Drew said I sent you $30 when you went in. Yeah, listen, to everybody who donated, Drew, thank you for your donation, man. You guys kept me alive. You guys kept me alive. You know, it's I really appreciate you, man. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, really. You know, it's just it's if I go into too much gratitude, I'll start to cry here, you know. And so I just want to say thank you, Drew. I appreciate it. Trent, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. It's just what a creep. Yeah, thanks, Drew. I appreciate your support, man. I really appreciate it, dude. It's tough. It's tough. I'm gonna stop or I'm gonna cry, and I don't want to cry. I'm on a roll. I don't want to cry.
They were car smoking. He's done. He's done. Oh, they're shooting. They're shooting. They're shooting. Shooting rounds into the rear windshield. He's done.
So they murder this guy, and police posts glorify. Look at how many cops. Look at this. We live in a digital era. Good night, Hoot Audits. Thank you, man. Michael Dolan, good to see you, my friend. Mike hates pigs. There's Mike hates pigs. So no, I never have Tyrant Hunter. I've never seen it. So we live in a digital era today. There's no reason to chase people like this anymore. We can shoot them with tracking devices on their car that will track their car in a piece of Play-Doh or something similar. You know, I'm talking about sticky glue, where we no longer have to chase people like that.
Car smoking. He's done. He's done. Oh, they're shooting. They're shooting. They're shooting.
He's celebrating it. What's the one thing you wish you knew before you entered law enforcement? I would never join you guys. I would never become a pig, ever. You couldn't pay me enough money to become a pig, bro.
He's been swerving.
Okay, so I don't agree with DUI. I don't agree with driving drunk. It's just you know, it's just not the right way to do it. You know, it's just not the right way to do it. However, we're not doing anything to solve the problem. And I'm sure you guys know in 2026, they're going to have automatic breathalyzers, alcohol testing on your steering wheel, cameras in your car to monitor and watch you, which has to be stopped. I don't know how we can stop this infrastructure bill.
There we go. Yeah. Move your hand real quick.
Oh, stop this.
Go, go, go. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Don't do that. Okay, so why is the cop treated that way? Why do they drench him like that? Is it because I call them pigs? Or is it because the way the cops treat the people in that community? I think it's the way the cops treat people. And then what I found really telling, this was the last one on this page I was going to show you, but then this police post here put, how would you handle this situation? And then look what the cops say. Gas, lots of gas. Ah, yes, usual suspects. I would have called the fire department and had all engines go. Why is always black people doing this type of shit? And you wonder why every department is having trouble hiring. Okay. So the reason why SWE observers here, everybody say hello. The reason why the police are having such a hard time getting new people to join, because anybody with a heart and a soul who doesn't just want to leech off the people and rob us. Is that documenting the downfall? I wonder if that's I wonder if that's James. Is that you, James? I'm just wondering if it's you. But so the reason why, and thanks for the super chat document. I appreciate it, man. So the reason why the police are having such a hard time recruiting new people is because any good person who has a brain that can go work for any other company, do any other thing, would only sign up to be a pig in this current. Let me say it again so the editors can get it, clip it, so that I'm trying to change my shorts so that, but it's just impossible. It's impossible. The reason why the police are having such a hard time recruiting and hiring new people is because anybody with a heart, a brain, and a soul would never sign up to enforce these policies, procedures, and protocols. The job description is so heinous and so disgusting that no good person would sign up to do what you do to people. No good person would sign up for this. Nobody. There's nobody. Put a 1 in the chat if you would never. Bree Pennington is here, everybody. Bree Penniman is here. Good to see you, Bree. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Put a 1 in the chat if you would never sign up to do those policies, procedures, and protocols to people. Put a 1 in the chat if you would never agree to do that. Let me put a 1 for me in here. Clown Patrol's here. It's also because of body cams. It makes it harder to be a piece of chit. Yeah, they don't seem to care. They don't seem to care. Ashley said they got bullied in school. I need to try to get some get back later to feel better. So the problem with that, Silver Wing Studio, is that Trump has made a speech saying that he wants to indemnify police and hold them harmless so that we can't sue them. I'll work with anybody to change policing. I'll work with Kamala Harris. I'll work with Hillary Clinton. I'll work with Donald Trump. I'll work with JFK Jr. I'll work with Gavin Newsom. I'll work with any legislator, any politician, any other auditor, any other activist. I'll work with any cop department, any police department, any sheriff. I will work with anybody in law enforcement. I will work with any police department in America. I will work with any state, any city, any county, any borough, any district. I will work with anybody who's willing to implement change into the current system. I will work with you. And I'll hold my nose while these policies, procedures are still in place. I'll keep the name calling to zero, as you guys have seen on several different casts. I haven't said, this is the first time I've called cops pigs in a long time, in 3 or 4 broadcasts. Golly says, I will not be a cop. I wasn't bullied. I mean, there it is right there. So the name of this guy's channel is Police Posts. You're more than welcome to go there. He's got 590,000 followers. I'll send him a message here real quick so you guys can see it. There it is. There it is right there. I just said it. Statement from VP Harris. Cops speak in condemning free speech. Burning the American flag is protected speech. You don't get to condemn it if you're running for the highest office. And apparently all Palestinians are Hamas. Here's the cop speak. She apparently expects the Palestinians to do as they're told. Say yes sir, no sir, and be polite, while Israel gets to be scared and shoot at anything movement, like a dog wagging its tail. Yeah. So this, I'll show you one of my favorite subreddits over here. I go to police brutality here and
the deputy. Over the course of 4 years, he worked in 6 different police departments. He had consecutive DUIs in 2015 and 2016, and he was discharged from the Army for serious misconduct. Why was he allowed to remain on the police force?
Documents from Logan County show Grayson was disciplined for this incident in September of 2022. Grayson was driving 110 miles an hour after his superior called off a chase for a suspect. He eventually hit a deer. Logan County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy Nathan Miller saying in the document, Grayson needed high-stress decision-making classes, among other training.
4 former Muncie police officers are now convicted felons following a federal investigation into police brutality and attempts to cover it up. WRTV Investigates has been reporting on this case since 2019.
So let me just chime in here just real fast, okay? If I'm the asshole, have you guys ever read the subreddit on Reddit called Am I the Asshole? It's AITA. Am I the asshole? So, you know, for family, for friends, for people who don't like the things that I say. Okay. For the coppers who are saying, don't call them pigs. Don't call them pigs. Okay. For those people, Michael Eline, everybody, a good friend of mine, helped me out a lot when I was in the dungeon. Get over there and subscribe to his channel. So for those people who say these things about me, that I'm the problem, that I shouldn't call them pigs, that I should be more respectful, I can just go on Reddit. I can go on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and there's always new content. How's that happen? If I'm the asshole, okay, then how come there's new content of cops being murderous, disgusting, nasty pigs day in and day out? If I'm the asshole, what are these guys? I haven't beaten anybody. I haven't hurt anybody. I haven't assaulted anybody. I haven't threatened anybody. I haven't robbed anybody. I haven't cheated anybody. But I'm the asshole. Okay. Well, then how come it is every single day there's new content? Why is that? How come that is? I'm just dying to know. 4 Muncie police officers, 4 of 5 Muncie cops are now convicted felons following federal investigation into police brutality cover-up. Did I cover up that police brutality? Was that me who did that? Blaming me for the disgusting cops in this country is disgusting. Don't call them pigs, Chille. Don't call them pigs. We got to have a good clear, we got to clear the debris. We got to make sure that we talk to each other without the rhetoric. Look, 4 Muncie cops are now convicted felons for covering up police brutality. The fuck out of here.
That is when we first reported the FBI was looking into the Muncie Police Department. The U.S. Attorney's Office charged 5 former officers. Chase Winkle and Jeremy Gibson were convicted of assaulting suspects and writing false reports. They're both currently in federal prison.
So listen to it again.
Suspects and writing false reports. Chase Winkle and Jeremy Gibson were convicted of assaulting suspects and writing false reports.
Am I Chase Winkle? Am I Jeremy Gibson? Did I write false reports? Did I do that?
They're both currently in federal prison. Two were convicted of false reporting, Sergeant Joseph Cashapp and Dalton Kurtz. Just last week, a jury found Corey Posey not guilty of false reporting.
So hold on a minute. I'm gonna zoom in here. I want to show you guys something. I want you to take a good look here.
And federal prison assaulting former officers and writing.
Okay, take a look at his face. If this guy turned up at your house wearing a uniform, your mother, your brother, your sister, your lover, your best friend, your uncle, your cousin, your neighbor, all of them would look at Chase Winkle here and say, man, he's a good guy, Chille. That's a good cop right there. And then Jeremy Gibson here, if you took a look at him, he's a good man. That's a good man right there. He signed up to serve and protect.
False reports. They're both currently in federal prison. Two were convicted of false.
Dalton Kurtz, if he showed up, look at this clean-cut, nice-looking young man. If he showed up, man, give Officer Kurtz the benefit of the doubt. What are we finding out now? The exact same thing written in the Mullen Commission is the exact same thing they're doing today. Falsifying reports, abusing and beating people, lying on reports, covering for each other. But if you just saw Officer Kurtz, everybody would say, Chille, don't judge them all. If you saw Joseph Creesa, if you saw Sergeant Joseph and Sergeant, this is the other thing. We got to get rid of the militarized system of police and jail guards. It is not do or die. If you don't do it this way, men are going to die. That's what military orders are for. If you don't follow out the military order, then whole platoons can be killed. That's not the system we're living in right now. Nobody's organizing a bunch of AK-47s with 50 men and going and taking on police departments. It's not happening. But if you saw Joseph Creesa, everybody would say, oh, Chille, give Officer Creesa a chance. He's a good man. Come to find out, he's a piece of shit. Come to find out, Joseph Creesa is a corrupt, disgusting cop. Come to find out.
False reporting, Sergeant Joseph Cashapp and Dalton Kurtz. Just last week, a jury found Corey Posey not guilty of false reporting.
Why are you searching my car for? I'm not searching your car. I'm doing an exterior vehicle sniff.
This body camera video was a crucial piece of evidence in the Fed's case against former Muncie police officers. This is the first time the public is seeing this footage. In it, police are arresting a man named Manny Montero. Now, we're showing you this video tonight because the criminal cases are now resolved and because it sheds light on why the U.S. Attorney's Office filed charges to begin with. A warning, this video is very graphic.
Everybody welcome Joel. Good to see you, Joel. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're back. Well, actually, Joel. Let me rephrase that. Joel, I haven't seen you in a while because I've been in jail because they wrongfully locked me up because a dirty, biased, unprincipled judge named Ann Zimmerman put me in jail because she could. It's sorry, Joel. I guess it was my bad. Chille, good to see you too. Thanks, I appreciate it. All right, so now let's get into this. Let's see what they're gonna say here. This is just. I'll take a look at that mountain mover. I haven't seen it.
In May 2018, Manny Montero says he was headed to the store with his brother when he was pulled over for a broken headlight. What happened next was captured on body cameras and became a key part of the Fed's investigation into Muncie police. I've been covering this case for 5 years, and watching this video is still hard for me. And it may be difficult for you as well, especially when it becomes clear Manny is afraid he's going to die.
Manny Montero is in the driver's seat, his brother Daniel in the passenger seat. Muncie police officers pull them over for a broken headlight and request a drug canine.
Well, why you searching my car for? I'm not searching your car. I'm doing an exterior vehicle sniff.
Okay, so why are they doing that though? They're doing that to find a reason to try to arrest you.
As the dog walks around the car, Manny's brother starts talking to the officers standing by.
Look forward.
What? No, you can't. Look forward.
I'm not allowed to look a certain way.
Right.
Because why? That's against the law, right?
A minute later, Officer Chase Winkle orders the brother out of the car.
Oh, you've been running your mouth the whole time.
Beat my ass now.
Federal prosecutors say Manny picks up a cell phone and starts recording. That's when officers order Manny to get out of the car.
Hey, hold on, man. Turn around. Hey, I'm trying. Hey, okay. What the?
Watch as Officer Jeremy Gibson punches Manny as he goes to the ground. Officer Chase Winkle walks up and deploys his taser. Winkle then punches Manny. Winkle uses a baton to hit him more. That's when Manny starts to apologize.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Radio. I'm so sorry. Please. Put your other hand back here. I am, sir. You got me. Wow. Please. You're stupid. Put your hand behind your back. I can't. Put the fight. Please. Please. Get your hand. Please. Put it behind your back. You got me, please. Behind your back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, please. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You can breathe. You're talking. Shut the up.
Officers put Manny in handcuffs.
I know. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I'm sorry.
Paramedics get him onto a...
Oh, watch though. Watch. Look at this beta male pig. Watch him push the guy's face with both hands, and his weight has pushed his face, his cheek, down into the concrete here. Watch.
I'm sorry.
Look. He's using his face as a post to stand up.
It won't happen again. I'm sorry.
Paramedics get him onto a stretcher. An ambulance takes him to...
Look at his head.
Again, I'm sorry.
Paramedics get him...
Look at his head from pushing his face down into the ground. Look, you can see it yourself. You can see it yourself.
Onto a stretcher. An ambulance takes him to the hospital. You can see in this picture what Manny...
There's the damage on the cheeks from the concrete. Look what they did to this man. Look what they did to him. But we're at 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Just real quick here.
To die. Manny Montero is in the driver's seat. His brother Daniel in the passenger seat. Muncie police officers pulled him over for a broken headlight.
There it is right there. There it is. There it is. That is where this is the reason why I'm running for governor. This is the reason why I'm going into politics. It's not what I want to do. It's what I have to do. It's what life has dictated to me to do. Legislation where you don't get pulled over for a license plate light, for a tail light, for a registration. Those things have to be changed. If you have a broken headlight, you should not be pulled over. If there's one headlight out, they can send you in the mail a fix-it ticket. So we're at 4:08. I'm going to come right back to where we were. He got pulled over for a tail light, for a headlight.
Him to the hospital. You can see in this picture what Manny's face looked like afterward.
A bunch of facial fractures, broken ribs. I really can't see too well now. So, they say I got PTSD.
Manny spoke with us in 2021 after he won a $250,000 settlement.
I'd rather have my vision, and I'd rather not have
fractures, broken ribs.
Manny's face looked like afterward.
A bunch of facial fractures.
A bunch of facial fractures. You can see his eye right here has got a broken orbital bone.
There's broken ribs.
Broken ribs?
Yeah, I really can't see too well now.
Can't see anymore. Broken ribs, facial fractures. Can't see too well anymore.
Also, they say I got PTSD.
Manny spoke with us in 2021 after he won a $250,000 settlement after suing the city of Muncie.
What's going through your mind while this is happening?
Well, I just wanted to see my family. I was scared. I thought I was going to die. I thought they were going to kill me. They said I'd never been that scared before in my life, man.
Indianapolis attorney Rob King provided the body camera videos to WRTV Investigates and says when Manny resisted, he was fighting for his life.
His hand movements are largely defensive.
King represents another victim of Muncie police brutality, Lonnie Gannum, and he obtained the videos through the lawsuit's discovery process.
So let me just jump in here real quick. So if this happened to the first gentleman and then the Muncie police did this to another guy, then this is happening all over the country. This is happening in police departments from California to Florida, from Florida to Maine, from Maine to Washington, from Alaska to Hawaii. Put a 1 in the chat if this is happening in police departments, that the police are abusing, torturing, hurting, brutalizing us in every city and state in this country. Muncie is not an isolated incident. This isn't a one-off. This didn't just happen one time. Do you agree or disagree? Is that true? This isn't an isolated incident. When you give someone absolute power corrupts absolutely. These dirty jackboot thug pigs are in every city, town, state in America. They're in Puerto Rico. They're in Guam. They're all over anywhere that the police have absolute power over us in America. This is happening all over the country. Every day in every city, every town, every state in America. And that's why I'm popular. If you haven't noticed, I'm pretty hardcore. A guy like me shouldn't have millions of people listening to him. I'm so intense, it's unbelievable. Most people can't take the intensity. They don't want to be near me. It's too much. They're here, coppers, because you did it to them too. You did it to the people in this audience right here. The 500 people here, you did it to them. You did it to their brother. You did it to their sister. You did it to their lover. You did it to their dog. You are the problem. You cop. And now here's another case out of Muncie.
The common theme is there's a beating and then the subjects essentially are begging for their lives.
Chase Winkle and Jeremy Gibson both pleaded guilty to assaulting Manny and writing false reports to cover it up.
But they're the good guys. Take a look at them. Those are good men.
Manny's wish came true.
So if they get convicted, I think that they, especially like Chase Winkle and Gibson, especially, I think they need to pay for what they did.
Body camera shows them talking about the incident afterwards.
I'm telling him turn to face the car, and he's like getting in my face. So I turned him around and started pushing him back off the car. So I go to grab him in the shoulder pin, take him down the ground. That's when the real scuffle begins.
Bro, let me just tell you something. I watched that. You didn't grab anybody in a shoulder pin. What do you call it? I grabbed him in a shoulder pin. Been on the mat for over 30 years. I turned 50, so more than that. I started when I was 7. I've been on the mat for 43 years, 42 years. There's no such thing as a shoulder pin. There's a shoulder crunch in jiu-jitsu. There's no shoulder pin. I don't know who taught you that term, but there's no such thing as a shoulder pin. I go to grab him in a shoulder pin. What the flock are you talking about, you moron beta male chumpzilla? What are you talking about? There's no such thing as a shoulder pin. Anybody else do jiu-jitsu, pancration, sambo, grappling, wrestling, collegiate, freestyle, Greco? You ever heard of a shoulder pin before? Never heard of that before because it doesn't exist. You're making shit up as you go. And they're sitting over there all talking about how they're so tough. He turned around and got in my face. No, he didn't. He didn't get in your face at all.
My face. So
afterwards,
I'm telling him turn and face the car, and he's like getting in my face.
So I effing turned him around, and he starts pushing back off the car.
Turn him around, he starts pushing back off the car. So I go to grab him in the shoulder pin, take him down the ground. That's when the real scuffle.
You go to grab him in his shoulder pin and take him to the ground, and that's when the real scuffle begins. We're at 5 minutes and 47 seconds. Let's take a look.
Starts recording. That's when officers order Manny to get out of the car. As he goes to the ground.
Okay, so I didn't see him.
Watch as Officer Jeremy Gibson punches Manny.
So you got 3 guys on him and you're attacking him. He didn't turn and face any of you.
As he goes to the ground.
He's just punching the guy over the top. Then he's saying he's down, he's down, he's down. What a load of shit.
Afterwards,
I'm telling him turn and face the car, and he's like getting in my face. So I turn him around. He starts pushing him back off the car. So I go to grab him in a shoulder pin, take him down the ground. That's when the real scuffle begins.
No such thing as a shoulder pin, bud.
the footage also shows officers laughing after Manny goes into the ambulance. Winkle jokes about accidentally tasing another officer.
Somebody bumped me, and it went again, and that's when
He was strong.
He picked a fight with the wrong
Crew.
wrong combination.
Winkle got out of the car and said, "Don't start anything until I get up there."
Montero chose not to speak with us again about the body camera footage, but he did send us this email. Are you planning on showing it on the news? I hope you do, so people see what they did. Prosecutors dropped criminal charges against Manny Montero for resisting law enforcement and improper headlight. Kara Kenny, WRTV.
The city of Muncie has made changes since the federal investigation.
I'm so sorry. The city of Muncie. Can someone tell me what state Muncie is in? Where is Muncie? I'm not sure where this. If someone can let me know, okay? I'm not sure where Muncie is, okay? But let me hear it out, and then I'm going to comment on this here.
The city of Muncie has made changes since the federal investigation began. A new mayor took over in 2020, Dan Ridenour. He appointed Police Chief Nathan Sloan. We have asked Sloan to sit down with us to talk about next steps for the department, and he has not granted that request. Chase Winkle is currently in.
So here's the thing. Let me explain this. Let me explain this to Mayor Dan Ridenour and to Chief, you're the chief, bro. Okay. To Nathan Sloan, which we don't need chiefs in America. We need peace officers. And then levels to peace officers. Level 1 peace officer, level 2 peace officer, level 3 peace officer, who wear peace symbols on bright white and yellow uniforms with cameras that go in all directions that are accessible by all people. That's what we need. So anyway, Chief Sloan and Mayor Ridenour, it doesn't matter what changes you implement. As long as there's the same policy, procedure, and protocol, more cops will do the exact same thing. Won't change anything. As long as there's Terry versus Ohio, where cops can pull you over for no reason, say they're suspicious of you. As long as cops can pull you over for a broken tail light, no license plate light, you didn't use a blinker, your registration's out, and then there's no third party to prosecute them. And these coppers are going to get a smack on the wrist. They're going to get 6 months or a year. If you or I did this to people, we'd go to prison for 10 or 20 years. Put a 1 in the chat. Is that true? How many years would just instead of the 1? How many years would you go to prison if you did this? How many years would you, how many if I tore off my shirt like the Hulk and I went over and I started beating on people? You know, Ashley's got to go. Good night. I have a long drive home down 85. Hope I don't encounter the pigs. I hope you don't either, Ashley. I hope you don't either. But if I tore off my shirt like the Hulk and I started beating on people and putting them in torture cuffs, then pushing their face into the ground, how many years would I get in prison? How many years? How many years? 15 years mandatory? 40 years, says Glenn. I mean, 5 to 10, says Clown Patrol. 7 years, says Kevin. 20 years minimum, says Forrest. Let's listen to the rest.
The department, and he has not granted that request. Chase Winkle is currently in prison and will be released in 2031. Jeremy Gibson will be out of prison in November of.
Look, this is this year. November 2024 is this year. August 2024. That's this month. February. He's already out. I don't know how old this report is.
This year. Sergeant Joseph Kresia will be released next month, and Dalton Kurtz already served 5 months in prison and has been released.
Huh.
If you want to see raw body.
I'm so sorry.
5 months in prison. Kresia will be released next month, and Dalton Kurtz already served 5 months.
5 months. 5 months. 5 months. For doing that to a guy. 5 months. But don't call them pigs, Chille. You need to you can't open communication lines if you call them pigs. You can't open communication lines when you put a guy in jail for 5 months for literally ruining a man's life, making it so he couldn't see. He didn't want to go back into the news program again because it brings up his PTSD. One guy gets a few months. This guy gets a couple years. He gets 6-7 years. He must have really done all the facial damage to the guy. The guy that walked over and tased him, he should have got 10 years for that. If I electrocuted somebody that way, I'd get 10 years in prison for that. I did get more time sentenced. I got sentenced for 6 months. I did 4 months. I got 4 months for filming a cop. He got 5 months for almost killing a man who said he thought he was going to die. You disgusting, dirty maggots. But it's me. I'm the one. I don't call them pigs, bro. Come on, man. Why you got to call them pigs? Well, watch my videos.
In prison and has been released. If you want to see raw body camera footage from the Lonnie Gannum incident, you can see it on the WRTV app and at WRTV.com.
If any of the guys, any of the guys on the team want to pull that up and get that video, we could take a look at it together on the next live stream. You know. No, thank you. Hi, I just got here, and can you show me what these cops did? We kind of beat the dead horse, but I'll tell you what I will do is I'll drop the link in the chat for you. I'm going to go like this, and here. So here's the link if you want to watch the video. There it is. There it is right there. I got 6 months for filming a cop, and that cop tried to kill somebody. And he got a few months. I wish I could show you more. No, thank you. But we're gonna get back into it. They did it to me. Said shite for brains. Lezo TVO says we don't stop calling them pigs. I would do 30 years. Bree said it's all Chille's fault. The police bill of rights must be abolished. Jungle is massive. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit! Oh.
So not only does he kick and stomp the guy, not only does he kick and stomp, do you guys really want to see something? So the government in Great Britain, they came out and said, no, this was good. We're really glad this happened. The government official who they interviewed was tickled pink.
A 26-year-old police officer has been charged, accused of punching an elderly woman at the Northern Hospital. Sylvia Villani already had a broken leg and was in a wheelchair when she was allegedly set upon. Neri Tai has this exclusive report.
At 70, Sylvia Villani is frail, but what happened 3 months ago has left her even more of a broken woman.
Not happy with the situation.
The grandmother was being treated at the Northern Hospital in Epping in April when she was allegedly punched by a Victoria police officer.
I threw a bit of bread on the ground and I had my leg in plaster and I was in a wheelchair and he punched me.
Ms. Villani sustained a broken eye socket and claims the alleged attack came out of nowhere. He sustained by a Victoria police officer.
I threw a bit of bread on the ground and I had my leg in plaster and I was in a wheelchair and he punched me.
She threw bread on the ground.
Ms. Villani sustained a broken eye socket and claims the alleged attack came out of nowhere.
It was painful. My eye was out here. It was all black and blue. I can't walk. I can't sit. I'm buggered.
Loved ones say they were only alerted to the incident after receiving a call from doctors.
Absolutely shattered. My wife, she's an aged care nurse. She couldn't go to work that night either. Well, just absolutely, still dumbfounded.
Rick has been told 3 police officers went to the hospital for a separate incident before his mother was allegedly assaulted. He claims they've been left in the dark.
I know my mum's got mental health and she's not perfect, but, they've treated me, my wife and my mother with no respect at all.
The police officer has been suspended and he's since been charged with recklessly caused injury. He's due to front court later this year.
I don't know why he did
But
it.
what would you and I be charged with if we did this to a person?
I did call him some nasty names. I wasn't happy. I didn't deserve it.
Neri Tai, 9 News.
It's just disgusting. The behavior that we're seeing over and over and over from anybody who's in policing, we're seeing it happen over and over and over. It's never ending. We just keep seeing the cops beat, hurt, kill, rape, sodomize. We keep seeing cops do this to people, and then they blame the voice out loud for their behavior, for their policies, procedures, and protocols. They blame people who call them out and call them pigs, call them bastards, and say that they're worthless, that they're scum, that they're demons, that they're devils. And they blame me for the things that I say. But the people who back them obviously don't have YouTube. They don't have Reddit. They don't have Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. They don't have any social media. They've never seen how these pigs behave. They blame me and say, Chille's the bad guy. You're the bad guy, piggy. You're the bad guy. You're the bad guy, copper. It's you. You're the bad person. And it's just, there's no other way to put it. They are the bad people. It's just that simple. It's not what I want. It's not what I want, but it's true. They are the bad people. The cops are the bad people in America currently right now.
Put it in the comment section. JBTP, Jack Boot Thug Pig. Put it in the comment section.
Put it in there.
I don't have a back and forth with the pig. I don't do that. I do not have a back and forth with that pig. Where are you going? Where are you heading? All that? No. I'm not going to answer any questions. I'm not even going to entertain it. Not going to nod. Nothing. I'm going to give him my license, registration, proof of insurance. I'm just going to slip it right there. That's how it's going to work. Here's my license, my registration, and my proof of insurance. Here's the insurance. Here's the rental car agreement. And my driver's license is right here. If you're poor and white or black or brown, don't reach around because you could die. It's a real thing. It's a reality here. So now I'm not going to get myself killed because I didn't follow a very rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols. I'm recording everything with my phone from over here. Everything's being recorded. You see that? The phone is facing me, so my head is the most important thing. Now, once I've given him my license, registration, proof of insurance, I'm filming everything. He asked me where I'm going. I say I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Okay. If you ask me another question, you're violating my rights, and I'll file a lawsuit against you. Write your ticket, do what you're going to do, but don't harass me any further. Your Honor, I'm showing him on camera that I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Piggy loses qualified immunity for questioning me. Say it with me. Piggy loses qualified immunity for questioning me. This is how it goes. This is the way it is. Now, if he says, where are you going? Where are you coming from? Do you have a firearm in the car? I'm then going to take my trifold and point at it, and I'm going to go down the list of questions. Don't ask me where I'm going. Don't ask me where I'm been. Don't ask me what my favorite color is. Don't ask me if I have a firearm. Don't ask me if I've been drinking. It says everything right there on your freaking trifold.
There it is right there. Listen, I do different specials every week trying to get a trifold in everybody's car. This week, what I'm doing is if you go to DeleteLawZ.com and you get a trifold and you use the trifold, I'm going to drop this video link in the comment section right now, how to use your trifold. And you watch it and you do it exactly correct. And then you send me that video. I'll put it on my channel. You plead the fifth. You take your license, registration, and proof of insurance, and you get it all in a laminated card or in a folder, however you want to put it. Then it goes right inside of your trifold, just like that. Then you take this broccoli wad rubber band that I put in your envelope. I put this right in your envelope, and it goes right over your visor, just like this. Cop pulls you over. You immediately, don't even let him ask you questions. Give him your license, registration, proof of insurance. Then no matter what he says to you, is the address on your license the same? Where are you heading? What are you doing? You've been drinking? Do you have a firearm? Boom, you stick it right in his face. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. So today's special, what I'm doing is when you pick up the trifold, I'm also going to give you the cop cards, which are a lot of the exact same cases that are on the trifold. There's the driver and the non-driver cop card, just like your driver's license. just like your driver's license. I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to give you everything else on my website for free. Everything I sell. I'm going to email it to you tonight. As soon as this live stream is over, I'm going to sit there and do 10 different emails and send you guys off everything I sell on my website, my ebook, my poster, all my periodicals, every single thing on my website, I'm going to give to you for free. So it's like $100 value or something like that, whatever it is. But the biggest value is that you have your license, registration, proof of insurance on a laminated card, just like that, and that you plead the Fifth Amendment immediately. Immediately. Always carry the cop cards in your wallet. This is the non-driver card. This is the driver card. You see that? The blue card's when you're driving, the yellow card, and it's a 6-step tutorial. This is number 1 through 6 right there. See, number 1, cop sighted. Number 2, cop approaches. Number 3, cop asks you to exit the vehicle. Follow it step by step by step by step. So this week, what I'm doing is I'm giving you everything I sell for free with the purchase of a trifold. Everything I sell. Everything in my store, I'm going to email to you, and I'm going to mail you in the mail the Fifth Amendment cop cards. You can give these away if you want, but I suggest that you keep them. I sell these for $10. And then I'm going to give you a trifold as well with a broccoli wad rubber band. What's up, Playboy? KT put it up there. You can get it on DeleteLawZ.com. What's up, Playboy? What's up with the Playboy? I mean, I'm always trying to do new stuff to get people activated. The most important thing is that you always film cops. When does the phone come out? When does your phone come out? Anybody can tell when does the phone come out? Got a PayPal that don't take fees like YouTube? I do. Someone can put up the PayPal. Bruce, will you put up PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App? And Small Miracles, make sure you put your address on there so I can send you off a trifold cop cards, and then put your email address on there so that I can send you off everything in email. I want to give you my stuff. I want you to have the stuff. If you can give me some money too, great. Thanks. I appreciate it. But I want to give it to you. Everybody in here, put a 1 in the chat if you know I'm telling the truth. If you've been a member of Team DLZ, I want to give you my things. I have to make some money, but I want to give you my products. Do you guys believe me? I mean, how many people have been here since the beginning? I want to give you extra stuff. I want to give you the digital trifold so you can print it out and give it to your friends. I want to give you the digital cop cards so you can print them out, laminate them, and give them away for friends and family. I want to. I have to make some money too, but I want to give you everything. And people who've been in here, they know me. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. Couple years, Playboy. But you got to get the trifold in your car. You have to have one of these trifolds in your car. It is mandatory. You have to do it just like this. I showed you on the video how I do it. You copy what I did. You don't have to tell them, get the hell out of my face, or I'm going to sue your ass. But, you could. I mean, you could. You definitely could.
State record.
Oh, I can't watch it again. There's another breakdown here, though, that is really good. There's another breakdown here.
A Watonga man says he had his rights violated by local police and says he has the video to prove it. Good evening. I'm Evan Onstad.
I'm Jessica Shambach. Officers took the man to...
Yes, you can. Yes. Belky Water, shoot me an email, DeleteLawZ@gmail.com. You can put it in there. Shoot me and put your username on the subject line, and I'll send you everything. I'll give you my digital poster. I'll give you my ebook. I'll give you a digital copy of the trifold and the cop cards. I'll give you everything for free. Just contact me. Put your username in the email address, DeleteLawZ@gmail. That's the fastest way to reach me. So yes, the answer is yes. I'll give you everything.
To the ground and handcuffed him in front of his child.
And tonight, only on 5, KOCO's Chantel Navarro shows us the body cam video.
John Sexton tells me it was a morning like most others. He was just taking a walk with his son early around 6 a.m. Everything abruptly changed. He was detained. I have the officers' documents right here over what they say happened. They said it was suspicious. OSBI is now investigating over whether or not that was true, over whether this was justified. But Sexton says what he knows for sure is that his son hasn't been the same since.
Hey, how you doing today?
You're watching body cam video from a Watonga police officer who stopped this man, John Sexton, and his son in the early morning of July 4th.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Johnny. It all started after officers say they saw the pair leaving an alleyway.
I found it a little bit suspicious, So, just walking around.
Walking around is a little bit suspicious?
I mean,
Go ahead.
Technically, not really, but I mean, it is pretty early in the morning.
It was just before 6 a.m., around when Sexton says he and his son, who lives with autism, typically.
So what is this case exactly that he's saying right here? What gives him the right to investigate you based on his suspicion? What case is that? Where's that come from?
I mean, technically, not really, but I mean, it is pretty early in the morning.
It was just before 6 a.m., around when Sexton says he and his son, who lives with autism, typically walk outside.
You've been walking around down here at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, we do that. No, you're not. Give me your ID.
What? Did you just hear this, pig? We're walking around here at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we do that because this kid's autistic and he's got to get the energy out of his legs. Listen, who else around here? Who else around here has ADHD? Who else around here had a ton of energy as a kid and walked around and paced around all the time? Right. So I understand what this kid goes through. When you have a lot of energy, that's how it works. I think I saw something about Bree in here. Hey, Bree, I don't know what you said about your nephew, but I just caught the comment of someone saying, hey, Bree, I hope he sees the comment, but I didn't see it. So repost it, Bree. Thanks.
When Sexton didn't give the officer his ID.
I'm going to take you to jail for failure to identify.
But Sexton says it wasn't on him.
Give me your ID. I don't have my ID on me because it's at the house.
The situation escalated all the way to this.
I want this on video. What are you doing to my bro? This is up.
All while Sexton's son watched and wailed. The officer then brings Sexton to his patrol car.
Shut up and listen just a minute. We had reasonable enough suspicion to identify you. And what was I being detained for? Criminal, we don't know what's going on, but we can call it criminal activity.
But he's eventually let go.
No. So first of all.
And wailed.
I want this on video.
Situation escalated all the way to this.
I want this on video. What are you doing to my bro? This is up.
All while Sexton's
try doing that little bitch move to someone who knows how to grapple, wrestle, and fight.
The situation escalated all the way to this.
I want this on video.
Look at this weak ass bitch move. Look at this. Look at this weak ass bitch move. Look at this. Watch this weakness. Watch how disgustingly weak this cop is. Drop the badge and try doing that to someone who knows what they're doing. You put a leg out and just pulled his arm. Like, you're so weak, bro.
What are you doing to my bro? This is up.
All while Sexton's son watched and wailed. The officer then.
Hey, Bree, let him watch my channel a little bit. Hey, Bree, bring him in and let him watch it. Especially this video where I explained to cops the reason why we hate you. So just Bree, bring him in. I'd like to talk to him. I'd love to talk to him if I could talk him out of it.
And bring Sexton to his patrol car.
Shut up and listen just a minute. We had reasonable enough suspicion to identify you. And what was I being detained for? Criminal.
Okay, so that is not true. I'm going to stop it right here. You would have in your wallet, there's the driver card in blue. You would have the non-driver card in your wallet. And so right here, number 4 on the non-driver card, you see right there, cop demands ID, says he has reasonable articulable suspicion. While filming, state, I plead the 5th Amendment. I identify as good citizen. The law is in the navy blue. With reasonable articulable suspicion, Hibble versus Nevada, a Supreme Court case, says that I must state how I identify, not give ID without probable cause. There's no such thing as a cop being suspicious of you enough to get your ID. That's not true. So I just want people to know that. This is the reason why I designed these cop cards. This is the reason why I made these. So you have one in your wallet. So when the cop says, let me have some ID, you go, well, hold on a minute. Let me get my card. I'm going to get it out of my wallet. Then you pull it out and you start with number 1, pull your camera out and you just begin. Cop sighted. I start filming. Turner versus driver gives me the right. According to the Supreme Court, cop approaches and says any words, you plead the 5th Amendment. Cop asks you to exit the vehicle, but this is the non-driver card. So you're not a passenger in a car. I want you to understand there's no such thing as reasonable articulable suspicion. It's made up. It's a construct of institutional racism created in 1968. It's fake. Your Fourth Amendment gives you the right to be free of unreasonable searches and seizures. Terry versus Ohio took that right away from you. The Fourth Amendment's gone because of Terry versus Ohio.
Like, we don't know what's going on, but we can call it criminal activity.
But he's eventually let go. Sexton says his son has not been the same since.
He's been a cop for Halloween for the last 2 years. That's what he's been wanting to be when he grows up. That's what he says. And now he's scared of him.
I do have the names of the officers that were involved in this incident, but we aren't releasing them right now because they haven't been formally charged with anything. I also reached out to Watonga Police. I did speak on the phone with the police chief, and she said no comment in relation to this incident here. In Oklahoma City, Chantal Navarro, KOCO 5 News.
So Chille just asked a question. Chille, just go to DeleteLawZ.com, order one trifold, make sure your email and your mailing address is correct, and I'll send you everything via email tonight, so you'll be able to print out a trifold right away. You'll get it tonight. As soon as this live is over, I got to go soon. I've been here 3 hours. But then also you'll get a cop card and a trifold in the mail. You have to print out the digital poster yourself. Go down to Kinko's, go down to FedEx office, whatever you have, wherever you live. And so, yeah, so make sure that you get over there. And then someone asked me for my PayPal address, and I put it up, and they just sent me a PayPal. So I just wanted to say thank you, Jake. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate it. So yeah, Jake followed through. Jake, if I had your mailing address, do I have your mail? There it is. I got you. I'll take a screenshot. Jake, I don't have your email address, Jake. So send me another penny. Send me 1 cent and put your email address so I can email you everything. Jake, I'm going to send you off everything I sell. I'm going to send you a trifold. I'm going to send you a cop card, and then I'm going to email you over everything else I sell 100%. So thanks for the donation. I appreciate it, dude. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I'm people powered. Without y'all, I would have gone under when I was in jail. I was talking to Jared earlier, who donated money to me. And someone also said to me yesterday that instead of keeping the membership, that they just donated their membership money to me every month that I was in jail. So that's 4 membership months. Instead of going to my YouTube, they just put it right on my Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Thank you so much, dude. It's just, I just don't know how to. What's the matter? You says, Chille, you just made that little kid forever hate and distrust pigs. What's the matter? You, I don't call them pigs, bro. Whatever you do, don't call them pigs. Don't call them pigs. Don't you dare call them pigs. So, all right, I'll say this one more time. Can you put in the comment section for me, JBTP for Jackboot Thug Pigs? Put in the comment section for me if you would, please. I would really appreciate it. Put it in there, JBTP or OTVO, Overturn Terry versus Ohio. And then remember, the special is you get one trifold. You order one trifold. I'm going to give you the cop cards and email you everything that's on my website for free. So you'll get another copy of a digital trifold. You get another copy of the digital cop cards. You'll get the digital poster. You print that out yourself. You'll get my ebook, which you can print out or just read it on like an ebook. That's what you do. And then I'll send you all my periodicals and everything else that's on my website. I'm not sure everything that's on there. So I just want to say thank you guys for coming. JBTP, Les OTVO. So I appreciate it. Lloyd, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Kelly, thank you so much. Clownard, Leroy, KT, Danelle, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Chevy, what's up, Playboy? What's up with the Playboy? Chevy, what's up, Chevy? What's up, Chevy? What's up? Anyway, thanks. Good to see you, Chevy. If you can't tell, I missed you a little bit. Mama Lion, thank you for coming. Free Country, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Chille, I appreciate you. I appreciate you too. Thank you. It's so for the coppers who watch this and later will judge me and say things about me and stuff, there's a lot of love between us because we're against you. The police, the anti-police rhetoric or anti-police sentiment running across the country is not just from the Black people. It's from all of us. All of us are really frustrated with you cops for your policy, procedure, and protocol. That's what's going on. That's why so many people hate you. I'm just keeping it real with you. Soy Leal was here. Thank you, Soy Leal. I appreciate you coming. Kelly, nice to see you. Mountain Mover, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it. Bobby, I thought I saw Drophead and I thought I saw Stealth. I didn't get to see AMG Stealth or Drophead. And then Plead the Fifth. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Love you too, Katie. Jordan, thank you for coming. Tall One. Maddie, I haven't got to say your name the entire night. I saw you in here earlier. I'm sorry I didn't get to say your name earlier. I apologize. Iron Eddie, what is going on? Rev, what is going on, my friend? Soy Leal. Okay, we got you in there. I knew I was going to get you in there. Yep, I was fake crying in court. So does it matter? Just chimed in here and said I was fake crying in court. Let me tell you something why I was crying in court. Just so you guys know. So here's what happened. So for 5 days they had put me in the hole in jail. That's a little tiny room that's 5 feet by 10 feet on one part, 6.5 feet by 10 feet on another. And what they did is they locked me in the hole for 5 days before court. I didn't get to see anybody or talk to anybody. I was going crazy. And then they put in a cellmate for 12 or 14 hours and they pulled him out. Then they put in another guy who was recovering from drugs and he just slept the whole time. So for 5 days, I didn't see anybody, talk to anybody. The guards drop your food on the ground. And then it came up that I had court, and I think it was somewhere early April. And so just so you know, as soon as the guard came to the door and said, okay, DeCastro, you get to leave the cell. As soon as I got pulled out of that cell, I started crying. And I can't understand why I was crying, but I was crying. I could feel the tears falling. Like he was taking me. He's like, you're out of here. And I was like, I get to leave. He's like, yeah, you got to go to court. And then as soon as I came out of that little tiny dungeon and they pulled me down a hallway, as soon as I hit the hallway, I could feel the tears streaming down my face. Then they brought me into a courtroom with 50 people in the courtroom, and I hadn't seen anybody in 5 days. No communication, no nothing for 5 days. Then I could just feel my face just cascading with tears, and I couldn't stop it. And I was just so sad and so broken that the criminal injustice industry had locked me up in jail, and that disgusting, biased, unprincipled judge, Ann Zimmerman, had done this to me. And then I saw people, and boy, that really made me super emotional. The hearing for my appeal bond hearing in front of the disgusting Ann Zimmerman, just so you know, I don't remember a word of, I don't remember it. I watched it on video and I listened to it on video, but later after I talked to friends and family on the phone about the appeal bond hearing, my brain didn't remember any of it. And I got a really good memory. I have a really good memory. I didn't remember any of the hearing. Didn't remember who was in the room. Only remember seeing my lawyer. Didn't remember what was said. So yeah, it was really, really hard. It was really hard. It was just, it was, you know, there's just no way to really, it was injustice and it was wrong and I was cheated. So it's just really hard to compartmentalize everything, from the help that you guys gave me to the horrible time I spent in that dungeon to what it was like to come out and be in the public again, not be able to walk for the first week. I could walk a little bit, but I couldn't walk more than half a mile or I'd get dizzy because there was no walking for 4 months. I only walked a tiny bit, went outside a few times, but yeah, it was really hard. So it was really hard. Misunderstood member for 4 months. Right on, Misunderstood. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Sacramento Liney, missed you too, man. Missed you too. I know it. I could sit here all night. Listen, I'm going to get the flock out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'll be back on tomorrow night. We're going to keep on talking. And you know what? Any cop, any police officer, any police department, any borough, district, county, city wants to, state troopers, you want to talk about changing some things? I got some ideas to still keep the cops safe, but at the same time, make it so that people don't hate you. How about that? All right, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. Thank you for coming, F. Thank you for coming, Bruce. Michael Dolan, I really appreciate it. Mountain Mover. Leroy, thank you for coming. All right, I got to go. I got to get the flock out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Mikey B, Later, Gators.